All right, what is going on, guys? How are you doing today? Happy, what day is today? Wednesday. Hope you guys are enjoying the day. Looks like everything is fully caught up the way it's looking. Hopefully, we are live on TikTok. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube right now. YouTube, we are live. All right, we are live on YouTube. What is going on, guys? I got to get the chat going. Don, what is going on here early today? Love to see it. Memo, what's up? Bowling with Brooks, good to have you here again. Great to see you guys. Let me get the chat going quick on the screen. Let's see, let's pop that on there. There we go. Let's switch new ball releases to PBA News and Origin EX, because that is the ball of the hour right now. That is probably one with a lot more hype than I honestly expected. Also, my chat is not popping up on my side. That is lovely, lovely. Wayne, what is going on? Tanya, hello. Dan, happy Wednesday to you too. Let's get this doc going with chat. Please actually work. It's spinning. There we go. We are good. We got a lot of people hopping over on TikTok right now. So for a quick little precursor, what is going on, guys? My name is Zach, part of ZVL Bowling. What we do here is we talk everything and anything bowling on this live stream. It's mainly a Q&A for you guys. Q&A of anything and everything bowling. We like to talk anything news bowling also. We've got a ton of PBA news to talk about. The CW network signed the PBA today-ish, this morning. So we can talk a little bit more about that. I can go into more detail than what I put in my couple-minute clips on all of the social media platforms. We have new bowling balls. We have 4 bowling balls that have just been announced from 900 Global, and then we have 3 from the Brunswick brands, which we can get into. Otherwise, we have everything and anything bowling that we're going to cover here. If you guys have any questions bowling related, please put them down in the chat. I will try to hit as many as I can as per usual. Any likes and subscriptions and follows are really, really appreciated, especially over on TikTok. If you can drop some likes early, that really helps the stream an absolute ton. But let's get into who's all hanging out right now. Let's see. Hayden Parker, what's going on? Playful, what's up? Azalea, what's up? How you doing? Howdy from Houston. What's going on? Devin Bodeker, should I get the Origin EX with your lineup? You have an Ion Pro and a Level. An AI, I'm guessing IQ AI, Identity, and a spare ball. It would fit. The Origin EX is going to kind of be like a stronger medium smooth ball, like a different shape of a phase 2, but still similar to a phase 2 is what we're seeing right now. It's going to be a little bit earlier, a little bit smoother. So let's keep checking things out. Let's see. David over on TikTok, is the Zen Gold Label a good transition in middle of the bag ball? Absolutely it is. It is actually a really good ball. Ken R, is Zach going to be a ball expert on the CW? I am in. CW is trying to, I learned a lot about the CW network today. I didn't know much about them before today. I knew who they were. I knew the brand, but that was really about it. So I've learned a lot about those guys in the last, like, 8 hours, and they are really catering towards a younger audience, which is kind of cool. So yes, CW, hit me up. If you guys know anybody who works at the CW, let them know. Drop my name in a hat somewhere. Top Notch, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Also, drink of the day is a Bubbler Peach Raspberry Dazzler. My mom I was over at my parents' place for Easter, and my sister had a bunch of these bubblers she didn't like. It was the peach raspberry ones. She's like, here, please take them. I don't like them. So I have that now. It's actually not bad. Not as good as I was hoping, but not bad. Not bad. Let's see. Gary B, new Ebonite Turbo versus Crown Victory. Way different bowling balls. Way, way different. The Turbo is going to be a very smooth and slow ball. No matter what the reviews say. I know there's a review already out there from somebody who works at the plant. It's not a sharp bowling ball. It's a very smooth and slow ball. The Crown Victory is going to be very, very quick down lane, though. So they can make a 1-2 punch, but they're not close together. James D, are Sean Rash and 900 Global done? So everything I know about the 900 Global and Sean Rash situation, yes, we can talk about that here, is from my knowledge, they are done the way it sounds. Now, not confirmed. Everything is pointing to Sean Rash and 900 Global have parted ways. Sean has deleted all 900 Global stuff from his page, which is the telltale sign that somebody is done with their team or their brand. So it is pretty much confirmed that they are done. There's nothing official. Global and Sean have not said anything about it yet. To my knowledge, they have not said anything, but yes, it looks like Sean and 900 Global are parting ways. And we do know Sean and Brunswick didn't have a very good falling out either. I don't know where Sean's going to be. It's going to be interesting. But yes, that is what I know about the situation. So yes, breaking news, unbreaking news, whatever it may be. I know there's a lot of rumors going around, but yes, the signs point to Sean and 900 Global being done. Swag, I don't see Swag having enough money to do that. Unless Bowler Smart is sitting on just a pile of cash, I don't think they're gonna sign a pro bowler because Sean was making some good money. Like at the end of the day, 900 Global gave Sean so much money for the first contract, and then Brunswick was giving him all the money because he was their main dog. He was on their boxes, for God's sakes. It was him and Johnny Petraglia on the Brunswick boxes back in the day, which was crazy. All right, let's hit a couple of these quick. Let's see, Will, I've been late for like 2 months. Not today. Will, it is great to see you on time. Sorry that this is such an awful time being over on the West Coast. Really apology for that. I know it starts a little bit early for you guys since it's only 4 o'clock, but thank you for jumping in early. Appreciate that. James, what's going on? Yofo, what's up? This live is one of the things I look forward to all week. Honestly, Yofo, me too. I love that. I love coming to these live streams. I was super excited for today's because there's so much going on. There is so much news and so many other things. Tokyo, I'm excited. We got the Vampire Slayer Network to cover bowling. Hey, I am in. It's going to be cool. It is the first time bowling is going to be completely free to watch on all platforms in a very long time. James D can't stay long enough. Oh, sorry about that, James. Dan, what do you think is a good surface for your Equinox? I would say either 3000 grit or like 1000 grit polish, one of those. Jordan, the PBA has been busy the last couple days. Oh my God, it has. Wow, we have a lot to talk about with PBA. They've been going ham. Check, what's up? Yofo, what does reading the lane mean? CTD did a video on the Evoke Hysteria saying this ball, get this ball if you want to read the lane. Reading the lane usually means when the ball starts hooking is really what that means. So that means if you want a ball to start hooking earlier, then you get an Evoke Hysteria. Have you guys noticed CTD really been hyping up bowling balls a little more than usual, like amping them up, saying that they're really good? I've started to notice that a little bit more, which is weird. Let's see. Gary, sign you up, Zach, to do bowling commentating. Hit the like button, guys. Yes, I am in for both of those things. I am 100% in for both of those. Dan Tippett, and the Idle Solid. Idle Solid, you might want to go with like 2000. What's the best ball cleaner? I like Tack Up. Tack Up is my personal favorite. All right, let's catch up over here. What new ball do you like the most right now? New ball right now. What has come out lately? I haven't liked a lot of the recent releases have been okay. Like the Identity is really, really good. I think that's probably my top dog for favorite one. IQAI is really good right now. Origin EX is still hard to tell. I think it'll be really good. I think it'll be really close to an Absolute Power, which is going to be good. Evoke Hysteria has been awesome. Maxwell Hybrid has been good. I haven't liked mine much lately. I haven't thrown it on much. It just really wasn't good for state this weekend, but that was a wonky lane condition. So it wasn't really going to look good there anyway. So there's been a lot of pretty good releases lately. Let's see. Bloop, what angle should I go for my layout for a DB8 Troublemaker with a 400 to 500 rev rate? You're going to want it a little bit smoother, so go like a longer pin and maybe a longer VAL angle. Dr. Barker, is the Storm Ion Max the strongest ball? It is one of the top like 3 strongest balls. I'd say Ion Max, Jackal Onyx, Mesmerize, and I said Ion Max. Those 3. There you go. Earth God, thank you for all the roses. Appreciate it. It's still going. 33 roses. Thank you, Earth God. Appreciate that. Let's see. What do we got next? Dan, we hit Talon Stanley Talon. I got 2 great deals this week. Brand new Widow Mania for 100 drilled. Wow, that's wild. And a used Attention Star for 100 drilled. Those prices are nuts. You save like $300 on that. That is so wild. James D, hopefully Rash doesn't come to Motive. If he's had a bad fallout with Global, if it was a bad breakup, he's not coming to Motive. Motive really likes guys in good standing. Storm usually does too, and I think that might be why they got dropped. He got dropped. I'm not positive. That's all opinion. Delivery to Joe, come over to Hammer. We like weirdos. Nah, I don't think he can anymore. He cut his relationship with Brunswick quite a bit when he left, so I don't see Brunswick taking him back. It wouldn't surprise me though. Brunswick might just take anybody. Depending on where urethane is next year, they might have a lot of people leaving Brunswick. Andy, anything for you, man. We'll always tune in. Andy, do you actually watch all these? That'd be wild if you do. Jordan, PBA has been busy. Tags, do you happen to pre-order the Jackal EJ? I did not. I did not order that ball. They are coming soon, though. Ken just clocked out of work. You'll be riding with me to the bowling center. Deal. Wolfie, any insight on the new Roto Grip ball? So nobody has any idea. Staffers don't even know what the new ball is, which is crazy. I confirmed with a couple staffers. They have no idea. Nobody's been told anything. So this ball is really, really under wraps right now. They're Stu Williams on their podcast, he kind of assumed like it's probably a low end ball then, because what I found out is that staffers don't get told about the new low end bowling balls like Hustles or HP2 lines from Rotogrip. They get told about the stronger stuff. So that's his assumption, is it's something in that lower range, in the Hustle-ish range. So that would be my guess, but not positive. That's still very much assumption. Gary B, I saw that Sean Rash thing. He's my guy. Should go to Swag. If Swag has the money, they probably would try getting a bowler, but with the tariffs happening, that really is going to hurt their brand. So I don't know. And I don't know how they're doing in general either. Chris Vick, what's going on? David Jones, I tried one of the mystery balls, got an XL. Ooh, that's actually a really good pull. So the XL is a weaker cover, strong core ball. So it's actually going to be pretty good for league. Rod, what's going on? My Scorpion Low Flare cracked in the tiny bridge between fingers. You're okay if it's just a crack between the bridge. There's really no problem. If it goes between the fingers, you're good. As long as the crack has a start and a finish point and it's not like halfway on the ball or something, you're home free. It's okay. And it's also easy to fix if you want to do that. Hey, Trash Panda over on Twitch, what's going on? Kelvin, you got a Vaporize. Should I get the Evoke? It'll be different. So if you want another shinier ball, yeah, it's going to be probably smoother than the Vaporize is my guess. Two-handed channel. What would be a good ball to pair with the Zen 25 and the S2? I would go with something a little bit weaker, like a Summit Ascent or an Ion Pro would fit really well with those two. James D, an opportunity was missed not highlighting the balls used on the Battle of the Brands. That is probably the biggest issue with that Battle of the Brands show, was they didn't showcase the bowling balls at all. They didn't say like, hey, 900 Global is throwing a Zen 25 and Harsh Reality Pearl, something like that. Like, they didn't say anything. It was terrible. That's my biggest gripe, is like, this was the chance for them to do what I've been begging the PBA to do for like 4 months, is just showcase the bloody bowling balls. That's what people want to see, is the bowling balls. That's what people care about. But then they don't do it. So it was confirmed that Tom Clark was not in the production meetings this week. I don't know if he was just excluded or he wasn't around or something, but that is probably why they didn't talk about any of the bowling balls, which is a huge missed opportunity, which brings me back to, we need a bowling ball expert on the bloody TV show. God, please, for the love of God, just get somebody on the show who knows what they're talking about with bowling balls. It'd be great. It'd be so good. People would love that. Yofo, as a two-hander, how do I fix early timing? You're going to want to push the ball away later. So figure out what step you push the ball away currently, and then just make it like a half step later. That's probably the best way to try to fix it. James D, who do you like in the playoffs? EJ. That EJ Tackett guy seems like a safe pull. He seems like a good option. No, the PBA playoffs are going to be fun this year. There's a lot of interesting names in it. This should be good. Garrett, can the Beyond Infinity and Vaporize go in the same bag? Yes, absolutely. The Vaporize is going to be a little bit sharper in general than the Beyond. Yofo, tried to fix my early timing by making my push away higher, but my feet just adjusted instead of early timing, trying to break muscle memory. So you're going to want to focus on two things. You're going to want to do what you did, but you want to count out your steps to make sure that they're still on pace. So count out your steps on a regular throw. See how long it takes you. See if it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to match that, but then push that ball away later. Try to just do that or push it away higher, and you should be good. So that would be my best rec. Bowling with Brooks, I watch all these, love the content. Hey, thanks, Brooks. Appreciate it. Hey, Brandon Yoon, what's up? We had a Sean Rash versus Belmo in our league last night. Dude got mad because a guy was taking his pap and that his ball had the wax pencil marking. Say it was like resurfacing the ball. And their team got disqualified? What? No, the grease pencil doesn't do anything for the ball. That doesn't cause a change in surfacing at all. That's just stupid. Brandon, so did the team that was complaining about it just get disqualified? So somebody had markings on the ball of the wax pencil and they called it illegal and they got disqualified for it. Give us more detail. That is bonkers if true. That is the biggest pile of garbage if true. Chris Vick was in the pro shop the other day and they had one storm identity left. Oh, it's so sharp. It's so angular down lane. That thing is super, super angular. Top notch. What's going on? Where'd you bowl state? I bowled in Minnesota and I got smoked. They put out 23 mils and it played like hot garbage. I think I shot like 1750, so like 50 under for 9 games. Not good at all. It was really bad. I didn't throw it well physically in the slightest, but the pattern was just it was bad. The lower rev rate guys absolutely whacked it. They shredded that pattern. I did not. I did no such thing for that. Creed, is the phase 2 a good second ball? You have a night road. It's going to actually hook earlier than the night road, so it's going to be your first option. And Tonsi, thank you for the dolphin over on TikTok. Appreciate it. Brandon, review on the Hazmat Pearl. Not much is out about the Hazmat Pearl. It's going to be like a Zen 25, just later and sharper. So it's going to be probably stronger than a Troublemaker. It's going to be stronger than the Scorpion Strike, but it's going to be weaker than something like the Effect is where it's going to fit. To me, in my eyes, it's going to fit between the Effect and Mania and between the Scorpion Strike is where it's going to go. User, what do you think Motive is going to do with their medium line on their chart? For the Pride line, I don't really know. They might have a brand new, they haven't come out with a new core in a long, long time. Since I think the Evoke is the last new ball they came out with. So I think we're going to see something new that's like Pride-esque, or what was the other line in that? There's the Prides and something else in that. Hey, Steve. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. See above. I'm a lefty. Generally speaking, on a medium sports shot. What is your progression? What is your progression for ball sim, asim, weak, strong, smooth? Yeah. So as a lefty, it's a little bit different. You want to stay in smooth stuff as long as you can. And there's a common term I like to use is play like a lefty, which means you don't actually move right. You actually just ball down. So that is an option where you're going to start with like your medium smooth or strong smooth ball no matter what. And then you're going to ball down. Like if you're strong smooth, then you're going to ball down to your medium smooth. Then you're going to ball down to a weak smooth is going to be the general idea. You want to keep a smooth reaction. But if you can't do that, if you need something sharper, you need to move right, then you're going to want to go like strong smooth to strong sharp or medium smooth to strong sharp. You're going to want to stay on that stronger portion of the bag as a lefty, and that's going to be the best play. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? We hit that. We got to see Brandon's next comment. Brandon. Oh, there it is. It was playoffs for our league. Dude team versus the guy team. Dude team complained to the league manager that guy had a foreign marking. Whole fight broke out. Guy team got discontinued. Dude team moved up automatically. That's such hot garbage. Like, the league manager also there should really understand that that is not an illegal substance. No, that's if you're caring about if you're willing to complain about wax pencil markings that don't actually affect the ball roll during league, especially because the markings aren't on your ball roll. Like if, oh my God, that one upsets me. I don't have a bowling ball near me, but like so I'm a pro shop guy. I've been a pro shop guy for 6 years now, right? Doing all types of layouts. When you put a layout on a ball, you don't actually draw inside where your ball is going to roll. The pencil markings are like in between your fingers and to the right of them if you're a righty. So you don't actually roll over it. And if you did, it wouldn't affect anything. It affects 0. So that is absolutely wild that somebody complained about that and actually got a team discontinued or disqualified, not discontinued. That is so crazy. League manager tried to fight for it, but at a certain point, because it was in the rules, he couldn't defend the guy. That's so dumb. That's so stupid. Oh, I would be so upset. Don't be that team at league that's doing that. That's terrible. Wayne Gibbs, what do you got for us? I have one more ball purchase for the year. So, one-hander, high rev, looking at a Typhoon. Exotic Gem Phase 2, Zen Soul level, IQ Ruby, Tropical Solid. Typhoon will fit right below the IQ Ruby. So if you want something close to that Ruby, I'd go with that. But if you don't, I'd go with something stronger, like a Road Warrior might fit well. Michael McSmith, good to see you, Michael. Thoughts on the new Turbo X compared to the GB4 Hybrid? Have you ever used the KR Strike Force shoes, but like a Brunswick slide? Yes, starting with the slide question, absolutely. All the slides work together. They're just numbered differently. They are the same thing though. All the shoe companies basically have the same slides. They just throw different numbers on them at the end of the day. So as long as it's Velcro, you're good to go. The ones to watch out for are the Dexter ones because they have like a front portion to them. I don't have my backpack nearby to show you guys, but like you have the actual, say my hand is a slide pad, you have that, but then there's like an extra lip here that goes onto the shoe. So yeah, Brunswick slides you're fine with. Brunswick and KR slides, you're good to go. I believe KR used to make the shoes for Brunswick, and now the Brunswick shoes that they're making are literally carbon copies of that, of the old KR one. So they're nearly the same shoe. But yes, the Turbo X is going to be weaker, but a heck of a lot smoother. Imagine like an Ion Pro is what the Turbo, actually no, the Turbo isn't even going to be like that. The Turbo is going to be like a Teal Rhino Pro with that's a little bit earlier is going to be all it is. That's going to be all it is. Devin Bodeker, do you think the Origin EX is a good ball to buy? It's going to be really interesting. It's one of those more niche bowling balls. So when I say niche bowling ball, it means the cover is so weak, but the core is so strong. So there's a very big like differentiation between the two. And I'm a firm believer that when the core and cover don't mesh well, like you don't have strong cover, strong core, or weak cover, weak core, then it's really good for like league situations in very unique spots, but it's not going to be good all the time. The EX looks like it's going to be really good from straighter when you need something smooth, and it's going to be pretty okay on league if it has some surface, because the ball wants to hook earlier yet because it comes so dull and the core is so strong, but the cover wants to push it down lane. So it's kind of interesting. It's a very interesting dynamic. It really does sound like an absolute power. I was messaging Josh Tajiri. He has YouTube, TikTok. Go check him out. Fantastic human being. I was messaging him a little bit last night about that thing because I was drilling my own Origin. So he mentioned the Origin EX. He said, this thing is actually pretty good. He said it's just like the Absolute Power, though. And then it sounds like it's also going to be kind of like the Tour Dynamics, too. So if you like the Tour Dynamics, the Origin EX might be a little bit just stronger version of that Dynamics. So that's what it's really looking like right now. I see Natalie Y, Ion Pro and Ion Max, Attention Star, Identity, DNA Summit, Hammer Effect, P1, PI, and Coil. It's a pretty good lineup right now. A little stronger, but overall pretty decent. Devin Bodeker, we hit Yofo. Would getting sandpaper discs at Home Depot be the same thing as Abralon? If it's the same grit, it can be. The one thing you don't want to do is scratch your bowling ball if the grit is too sharp. So that's the big thing to look out for. Let's see. James D. practicing on the PBA McEwen pattern, bringing the Venoms, Rogue Assassin, and Flight. What do you think? I got to look up what the McEwen pattern is. PBA McEwen pattern. Let's go to images quick because I don't want to download everything. 41 feet, 1 to 5. It shouldn't be too bad. You should be able to use some smoother stuff and be okay. Like you don't need the strongest stuff in the world for that pattern. Absolutely not. Eric Gross, newer bowler. I'm working with a Summit Peak, Typhoon, and a mix. Any suggestions to fit? I would recommend a smooth ball in there. You have 2 shiny bowling balls right now. Go with like a Summit Ascent or like a Rockstar. Those I think would be 2 good options that would fit in your bag. Hey, Creed over on Twitch. What's going on? Is a phase 2 a good second ball? Yeah, I think we hit that already. I don't think it's a good second ball. It'll come before the Night Road is what I'm seeing. That's really where it'll fit. John, I wear glasses too. Yeah, I just got new glasses because I broke my other ones while bowling. Like not in like a fit of rage. I took them off my head and the bottom part of it cracked. So we're back to wearing glasses because it hides the bags under my eyes. That is the best reason for me to wear them, which is terrible. Chris Vick was in the pro. Oh yeah, we saw that one. I'm just bored. I found out I'm rev dominant. Is 5x5x4 2LS a good layout? I would go 5x5x3 since you're a little more rev dominant. 5x5x4 is going to cause it to be a little stronger of a ball. Let's see. Do you have any tips for me? I'm a lefty, 90 to 100 average. Yeah, absolutely. You're going to just want to focus on consistency. Your goal is going to be hitting the pocket right now. That's all you're going to want to do. Try to just get some consistency, get that average up to about 150, pick up your spares, hit the head pin every shot, and then you can work on from there. Matthew Henry, would a knockout black and blue be a bad weak ball for nationals? No, I think that should be okay. I think that should be fine. Not a big deal. Tonsi, what is the best spare ball to use? I'm a big fan of the T-zones and the white dots. Those are going to be the cheapest options, and they're also going to be pretty durable. However, if you want other options, Storm does have the mix, which is urethane also. So it's going to hook just a little bit, but it's going to be slightly more durable. So that's going to be a thing to keep out. I'm just bored. What would you compare the Summit Peak? How would you compare the Summit Peak to the Phase 2? Summit Peak is going to be longer and then sharper than the Phase 2. Let's see. Black Star Piece. What's going, man? Words. What's going on, man? There we go. We got it. Can you suggest a quick arsenal for Boardwalk? Oh, urethane. Just urethane. Urethane and smooth bowling balls. Going to be your best play. That is going to be best for sure. JV Network. What do you think of the PBA moving to CW? So I'm actually a big fan of it. Now, I'm trying not to be like, I'm not getting paid by anybody to say any of this. Like, I feel weird saying positive. Like, if I say positive things, I don't want to back it up with like, well, I'm not getting paid or something. Because, I mean, no, it's honestly a positive thing. It is a good thing for bowling. The biggest thing I'm focusing on is the viewer. Now, will the PBA bowlers get as much money? I don't know. Our views going to go down? I don't know. What I'm really focused on is all viewers, all bowlers can watch it live. One of the biggest problems, especially when I was in college, trying to watch the PBA is I had no way to watch it. So like I was in college right when the PBA switched over to Fox. I couldn't watch anything. I didn't have cable. I was in college. I wasn't paying for cable. And then, so I had no way of watching PBA until it got put on YouTube, which was annoying because then I had to stay off Facebook. I had to stay off Twitter. I had to stay off all socials, Instagram, everything, so that I didn't see what the totals were, what the finals were, which was annoying at the end of the day. I didn't really want to do that. So now that it's on CW, anybody can watch it. You can watch it for free. You can just download the app. You don't need a cable subscription. You can go to the website, no cable subscription. You can go to your Fire TV, I found out, no cable subscription needed. You're good to go. You can get a subscription, I think, for ad-free and for extra something, or you can go like Hulu Live TV and things like that. It's still on cable, so you can go through cable. But also, you can just get an antenna. I actually have a handful of people at work for, so I'm in Minnesota, so to watch Vikings games, they just buy an antenna, pop it on the top of their roof, throw it on just to watch Vikings games, and that's the only time they use it all year. So you can now do that for bowling, which is incredible. So I'm really excited about that. We have dedicated times for bowling, which is really good. So like what that means is like for 10 weeks, say bowling will be on at 2 p.m. Say 2 p.m. Central Standard Time every Sunday for 10 weeks. That is so much better than what Fox had for us or FS1 had. They would put it on at the weirdest times. It would always be before and after some interesting shows. Sometimes it was after or before good shows. Like I think once there was an NFL game before it, which was really, really good for ratings. That skyrocketed that event. But in general, the different times made it hard for bowlers to watch it. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be a good thing at the end of the day. But it'll be interesting. I'm excited. I'm curious to hear what the money sounds like, and I'm curious if there's other ways to watch it. I don't know how the YouTube experience is going to be into 26. I hope they still post the telecast, but I'm not sure. Hopefully the PBA posts them on their site now. So we will see. We will see. Overall, long story short, I am excited about the CW move to really see where it goes. All right, but let's get back. Quick little reminder for everybody. We are Zach ZVL Bowling. We have a ton of various bowling content going out on all of our platforms. We have bowling news, bowling ball discussions, bowling arsenal, tips, tricks, anything and everything bowling. Really appreciate if you drop a follow or a sub on whatever platform you're on. We're live on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube right now. So if you don't like what you're watching it on right now, you don't like the vertical or the horizontal look of the screen, go check out one of those other platforms. But otherwise, we are answering everything and anything bowling related and talking anything bowling, whatever is out there right now, whether it's PBA news like we just talked about, the 4 new bowling balls that just got announced, the potential of another bowling ball from Rotogrip getting released this week, which should be exciting. I'd assume Friday, but I'm not positive. A ton of bowling stuff. So let's get right back into it though. We got so many comments. I will hit every comment. It's going to be a little bit slow till we get there though. We are currently at 6:17. We're 14 minutes behind. Let's see. Steve, we hit. Brandon, we hit. Gary B, will it be a hustle AI? It could be. It honestly could be. There's a chance. You never know. I would love to see the AI core in the hustles. I think that would be good because the Typhoon sounds like a success and the IQ AI sounds like a success and they have smaller cores. So I'd really hope to see that. It is about that time that we get new hustle colors too. Carlos picked up 2 SHAMMIES yesterday. Hey, that is awesome. Thank you. Thank you. If you guys do want a SHAMMY, we do have ZVL Bowling SHAMMIES, a new colorway out on the DH Lab website, dhlab3d.com. They're about $20 per SHAMMY, and then it's $4 total for shipping. These actually are double width, so they're actually super durable. They did a few upgrades over there and a few changes over at DH Lab. So shout out DH Lab. They're incredible. But yeah, we have some new and improved SHAMMIES. So if you want to go check those out, I'd really appreciate it. Shoot me a message if you end up purchasing one. Let's see. King Ricks. I've got a lot of hand-me-down balls. Ooh, that is a lot of hand-me-down balls. Any ideas where I should go next? And then you have a Phase 5 and a Fate. The other balls, they are so old, like that Brunswick Wizard or the 505C. Those are very, very old bowling balls. I don't know if you're going to get much out of those. But you have a Phase 5 and a Fate. I'd go with something smoother, like a Phase 2. Like I'd say a Rockstar would work really well too, just to have something a little different. James D, shout out to Nick Parr from Motive. Hey, happy birthday, Nick Parr. I doubt Nick is watching, but happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday if you're out there somewhere. Matt's Bowling, special effect at 1500 for heavy oil. It might be a little weak for that, but it could still work. I think it could still be a good option. It would be kind of on the fringe, User, I've been throwing my glasses for decades. The problem was I didn't throw them. I never throw my glasses. I literally took them off my head like this. And then I put them back on because I was bowling, I think, and I think I had some sweat on my nose or something. So I wiped it off, put them back on, and like, God, these feel weird. Then I take them off and look, and there was just one chunk of it just taken out. It was crazy. Super, super unfortunate. Steve, thanks. Most of the time I stay in the same spot and ball down, as a lefty does. That is the right option. Brooks, would it be wise to move to add the Venom Shock when you have the Hysteria, Equinox, Sub-Zero, Offset, Thrill, Hybrid, and Identity? Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's a really good option, actually. Yeah, that'll fit really well with what you have right now. 100% that'll fit with what you have. PNW, thoughts on the Origin EX? The Origin EX looks interesting. It really looks like an absolute power is what I'm seeing from it. So really excited to see that. It looks to be more of a niche ball. So it's going to work in specific situations, but then it's not going to be good in others. So really it's going to be absolute power Tour Dynamics-esque. So if you like those kind of bowling balls, it could be a good option. Also kind of Attention Star-like, because the Attention Star is a weak cover, but a strong core. PNW saying the ultimate wrecker. I've seen some rumors that there's a wrecker coming, that there's a new wrecker coming, and that would be an HP2 ball. If you guys remember the old Rotogrip wrecker series, the wrecker, the wreckem, I think the wreck it was another one. So could be one of those. PNW is saying that's the play, which would be awesome. It'd be really cool. Jordan Griffin, I have the Lightning Storm spare ball, but it's so pretty, but expensive. It is so pricey. It is so pricey to get. And Steve ordered a Turbo X. Nice. Love that. Love that. Your current bag is a Torpedo, a Max Thrill Hybrid, 2 Max Thrill Hybrids, and then pre-ordered. Okay, that's a good option. I like that. I like that. JC, is getting a Phase AI that much of a blunder over a Phase 2? No, I don't think so. It's going to be way different. A very different reaction at the end of the day, but not a blunder at all. Gary B, I bowled with the discontinued Pure Madness, 266, 257, 227. That ball was really good. It was super tumbly and slow. So it was great when there was a lot of oil or you wanted to play straighter. But yeah, that one was a good piece. It just did not sell. It was kind of ugly to a lot of people. It was like red and yellow. It just didn't look good. So I think that was one of the problems. Steph, I want to replace my Ruby. Any brand, I didn't love the Ruby. If you didn't love the Ruby, I wouldn't go for something in the same spot, Steph. I would go for something a little bit different. If you want a stronger shiny ball, the Zen 25 is available. Otherwise, the Primal Rage or the new Hazmat Pearl could actually be good too. Was that my phone? That was. What is going on, phone? Stop making noises. I was Reddit. Let's see. Michael McSmith, thoughts on the new Turbo X? Yeah, I don't think it'll be anywhere similar to the GB4 Hybrid, though. They're going to be play off of each other, but they won't be close. PNW, thoughts on the short pin layout on an aggressive ball. I'm not a fan of short pin, honestly. I don't like it. It didn't roll, but that's because of me personally. Like, it didn't roll well for me. A lot of people really like short pin, and that is the ball that you should use it on, is something that's strong and smooth. You shouldn't use it on sharp stuff. It should really be strong and smooth stuff. Like, I used it on a stealth solid, like phase 2s, idols, RSTs, things like that is where it would be best. Steve, mom's calling. Dinner is ready. Oh, dinner sounds amazing. Thanks for the invite, jerk. Got to invite me next time. Luna, what's going on? Good to see you. I mean, it can be a rule, but just the don't be a dick rule. Yeah, that's kind of the rule to go by. Just don't be just why? You don't need to be a prick. You don't need to be a jerk. Wayne Gibbs, I want to step down from the Ruby. That's going to be the Typhoon. That's 100% the Typhoon then. Yeehaw. I love Yeehaw McKickass. I love that name. You win. Best name of the day. Congratulations. I'm a one-handed righty, rev dominant, deviate collision, attention star, verge solid, blue coral venom, hustle M&M, new blue. Summer Sport League is coming up, missing anything. Honestly, you have a little bit of everything. I really like what you got right now. Yeehaw. Brandon, every other team was hating on that one dude, so that guy felt better. Good, they should. That guy deserves to get absolutely shredded by everybody else if he's complaining about wax pencil markings from a brand new ball or a guy who just got his pap figured out. Like, you shouldn't punish somebody for getting their PAP figured out. That's a good thing. I'm guessing the guy you're talking about is a guy who like has not gotten better in bowling in years and years and just is angry at the world all the time. Like, we all know those kinds of people. We all know those people. James D. Max Thrill Solid has been an awesome addition. I shot 700 or 698 Monday night. Nice. Yeah, the Max Thrill series is good. It's really good. Kyle Stark, SPI equivalent to the Pure Envy. I'd say the Physics Blackout or the RST Hyperdrive. Probably closer to the RST Hyperdrive is going to be a better comparison. JV Network, who do you want to commentate the PBA? I want someone new. PBA, my line is always open. My emails are open, zvlbowling@outlook.com. But if not, I want somebody new in there. I don't hate the guys that are in there right now, but it's a love-hate relationship from everybody if they love Randy and Rob or Dave or whoever, or if they absolutely hate them. So I'd love to see someone younger in there, someone more fresh, because the commentators they always have are much older. There is an art to commentating. If you guys follow sports or anything like that, you probably notice some of the tricks of the trade for commentators. Bowling commentators don't really have that. Unfortunately, like Randy picks a lot of favorites, which is a little unfortunate. That happens quite often, or they don't know the bowling balls, or there isn't. It's kind of the same thing every week. Where basketball, you watch a game and it's always something very different. So I would love to see someone new in there to bring just a breath of fresh air. Someone, I don't know who, I don't know what. It'd probably have to be someone unknown or some former bowler, but I think that would be great. And someone who's not a jerk, too. That would help a lot. Brandon Yoon, speaking of hating, the Hater Pearl looks insane. Hater Pearl looks wild. So the OG Hater was good. It wasn't well liked. Like, it sold well, I should say. Deviate sold really well when they started the Hater series, but like, the Hater Pearl looks cool. It looks really cool. It's going to be Skid Snap. I think it's going to be like the Identity is what I'm seeing. It's basically just the Brunswick's version of the Identity without a Belmo logo, of course. Matthew over on TikTok, I have a Hammer Effect and an Ion Max. What's a wood ball that's weaker? If you're bowling on wood, you're going to want like a Typhoon. You're going to want something like the Typhoon or the Road Warrior. They're going to be much weaker than what you got right now, but I think that'll be a good idea. PNW, would a short pin layout on like an Onyx or Hyperdrive? Yeah, those are the Origin EX I think will be the play, because then you're going to want to keep the ball in front of you and they're going to hook early enough to actually be good. Item X, what do you think the new Rotogrip ball will be? My guess is it's something weaker because no staffer actually knows what this bowling ball is. So when staffers don't get told about the really weak bowling balls, like the Typhoon, for example, a lot of them didn't really know about. So I could assume it's going to be something weaker. Maybe new hustle colors. Someone mentioned a Wrecker. A new Wrecker is coming out, so it could be that. A lot of options. Jerome Thomas, how do you like my new two-handed arsenal? Black Widow 3, 3.0, Storm Identity, IQ AI, Harsh Reality Pearl, and Low Flare. I like it. You got a little bit of everything. Good job. Lorinsk, another lefty question. I rarely match up with pearls. Yep, because you throw with your left hand. Most lefties don't really like shiny stuff. I use a polished XL in my Venom Shock. That's okay. Yeah. Any thoughts on a sharp EQ as a lefty? Yeah, I think it's a better option to shine solids for you because it's going to be smoother. So I would stick with a lot of solid bowling balls, maybe lean towards hybrid balls, maybe if you're really feeling funky and want to try that. Otherwise, solids are going to be a good play. Solids are going to be the best play then. Let's see. Johnny Baylor recently went for two-handed for wrist pain, and I can't shake it. Two-handed obviously increased my rev rate, and I can't even keep middle bag balls in the pocket. What should I use? Polish, Venom Shock, Axiom, Pearl, Widow. Polish is a good thing to do on the ball, but then your other goal is just going to be increase that ball speed. That's going to be a really important one for you. You got to increase that ball speed. So if you're highly rev dominant and you can only use weak stuff, you're going to have to increase that ball speed. As a two-hander, it's a little bit tougher, but the main ways are speed up your feet, have a longer backswing or a higher backswing, or blah, blah, blah. Wow. What is the third one? Those are the two. There's three. There's three main things you need to do to boost your ball speed. It was higher backswing. Oh, and be taller. Be taller was the other one. Longer arms, but no one can really do that. Unless you get a stretching machine. Yofo, for your terms videos, what does off the spot mean? So off the spot means when your ball starts hooking. When it hooks, that's what we call hooking off the spot. So the sharper it is off the spot means it's going to be really angular. So that's all that means, is really the break point. Garrett, initial thoughts on the new turbo. The reviews I've watched seem smitten with it. The only reviews we've had out right now are Creating the Difference and Brunswick. Brunswick just he works at Brunswick. You're never going to hear a bad thing from his channel, so be aware of that. So he's more than a staffer in that regard. So they're going to be smitten with it. They've been smitten with every Brunswick ball. So it isn't really out in anybody in the general public's hands yet. That's the tough thing. So I hope it's good. It's a new weak and smooth ball. I love to see that. I don't know how it's going to be yet is the problem. I bet it's going to be fine. It's going to be like the Teal Rhino, where you're going to have to play a little straighter. It's going to be super smooth. Slower speeds or higher rev rates are really going to like it, is what I'm assuming. That's what it looks like based on like the core numbers. It seems like it's going to be like a Max Thrill Solid, but I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit weaker than a Max Thrill, is really where it's going to fit in the bag. Don, I rolled a 10-bagger with my new Harsh Pearl last night. Hey, congrats. That is awesome. Well done. Harsh Pearl it's a much better ball than you'd think it is. I didn't think it was going to be that good or ever was that great, but it could be. A bowling ball over on Twitch. What's going on? What's the main difference between fingertip and no grip? It's all on feel. That's all it is. I use no grips, but as I get older, I find I don't like the lift on the release. I was thinking about changing to vacuums, get a little more hit. Yeah, so having finger inserts, what it is just pure comfort. That's all it is. You can increase your rev rate like a little bit, but it's not like it's night and day. I'm just noticing my hair is not great right now. Apologies for that. But really it's mainly on the feel. If your feel is bad right now, I'd recommend trying a test of something different. Ricky, should I get the Black Venom? I have a Venom Shock, Primal Raised, and the Evoke. Yeah, it really plays weaker than a Venom Shock. It's very, very clean and angular. So if you need something in that slot, that's where it's going to be best. And Michael V, what are your recommendations for a house shot? Angular balls like Pearl ASIMs and Strong and Smooth. Pearl ASIMs are my favorite ball for house shots. That is by far and away, I think the top ball for a house shot is an ASIM Pearl. I think that one's going to be best. Otherwise, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that quick. Sorry, I just saw a comment that I'll get to in just a second. But yeah, I think strong and sharp is going to be the best option for house, and then going down to like medium smooth or medium sharp. Strong and smooth can be if you're a little more speed dominant. Jim, if KR starts building balls, maybe a Rash stop. You never know. You never know. Yofo, what does clean through the fronts mean? It means the ball doesn't hook too early. The ball hooks later, which is going to make it more angular. Johnny Baylor, I also have a Night Road, my Rotogrip Hyped Hybrid when nothing else stays on the lane. Good options for that. Both weaker bowling balls. Both much weaker. Matthew, I think we hit your comment already on Hammer Effect and Ion Max. What's a wood ball that's weaker? I recommended a Typhoon or a Road Warrior, something a little bit weaker. That's gonna actually stay on the lane for wood. Dawn, I used to watch PBA on Saturday afternoons after my Saturday morning junior league. That would be a good time to do it. I like Saturday afternoon shows because not much happens there. You have college football is the big one, but that's really it. Sundays are tough with NFL for the first couple months of the PBA season, so that's another toughie to stay away from the NFL because that you're never beating the NFL. You're never beating American football in views. It's just too much. All right. Dan F. I'm a novice and all I have is the Ebonite GB5 and a spare ball. I'm a two-hander and rev dominant, so I'm looking for a versatile pearl. I would go Scorpion Strike is going to be the top one on the market right now, and it's a little bit cheaper. If you want to wait a little bit, the Hazmat Pearl is going to be stronger, but it only releases in like 2.5 weeks, and it's also like $30-ish more. I would go Strike. I would go Strike. Enoch, wondering if the Origin EX or the Lethal Venom is stronger. I would say Lethal right now is going to be stronger. Lethal is going to be a little bit stronger than the Origin. All right, Mason Bowles, what do you think of this arsenal for Junior Gold? Criterion, a Black Widow, the Origin, a Purple Hammer, and a Theorem Pearl. It's not bad. I don't really, yeah, I think it looks okay. You might have a little bit of similarity between the Criterion and the Black Widow. You could go to something symmetrical there, but I think that still works pretty well. Jordan Griffin, thoughts on 900 Global dropping Rash after this season? I think he's already dropped is my guess. I think he's already been released or they've parted ways. Sean already deleted all 900 Global stuff off of all of his pages. So that's usually the telltale sign for an athlete that they are done, that they are let go or they are dropped or anything like that. So I would assume it's already done. That's just an assumption, though. There's been nothing confirmed about Sean and 900 Global, but that's what it looks like right now. Again, fully, nothing confirmed. Vision, I just got a Hammer Effect tour to complement my Arctic vibe. Any layout suggestions? One-handed righty and my Arctic vibe is fairly standard pinup. I would match it. Just match what your Arctic vibe is. I think that's going to be a good 1-2 combo for you. Let's see. Jordan, that's crazy. It's wild. I know. It's absolutely crazy. During the Hall of Fame year is really wild. Item, you think they'll make a Rockstar Pearl? 100%. They'll name it something crazy cool, though, because you can make so many plays off of a Rockstar. You'll probably have Columbia 300, then get upset about it. RJ and Alaska, you were right. Nick and Phil took jabs at Ben. Snitches get stitches. It's a business. I mean, yeah, the ball sucked. I mean, the hard thing, sorry, this is going to get very opinionated just for a second, so apologies in advance, but the problem with the Nick and Phil's podcast is they are both literally work at Brunswick. So if you ever say anything bad about Brunswick, they're going to attack it. That's their job. So yeah, the minute Ben did that, unfortunately, it probably affected Bowler's Paradise and Brunswick probably got upset and a little bit pissy with him, but like he told the truth. So, and Brunswick has done stuff in the past where like, I mean, yeah, they've come out and said that the Purple Hammer doesn't get softer, but it's been scientifically proven. So like, yeah, their job is to protect the brand. So they were trying to protect Brunswick by doing that. Their entire podcast is there to promote Brunswick. So that's what they were doing. So yeah, RJ, it was kind of an easy prediction to make, but it makes perfect sense. Yeah, that's what they're there for. Hanson, is the Motive Trident Quest a ball up or down from the Odyssey? Ooh, I think that's a ball up. If I remember right. If I remember what the Trident Quest is. Motive Trident Quest. Oh, that was the purple one. This one was really good, actually. Yeah, this one was phenomenal. That one's going to be a ball up. Because the Odyssey was actually a bit weaker. That one was a bit weaker. Hey, Brett Biondo, thank you for the follow over on TikTok. Appreciate it. Is that the Brett Biondo? Might be. Might very much be. All right. Where were we at over here? Random Waffle. What current ball do you think would be most similar to a Nomad Dagger? Oh boy. That's a throwback, man. The Nomad Dagger. I just looked this thing up for actually a viewer's arsenal. No, there's going to be nothing similar. That ball came out 15 years ago. It was a middle of the road hybrid. Yeah, maybe a Road Warrior is probably your closest bet. Zen 25 at most, but Zen will be too strong. Something like that. Brett, brothers Brandon Biondo. Oh, nice. Awesome. Love to see that. Love to see that. I did see you had a comment. Did you say, did you know what the Rotogrip ball will be? No, I have no idea. I'm assuming it's low end. It sounds like staffers don't get told what the bowling balls will be if they're low end, and no staffer seems to really know what the ball is, which is kind of weird. So I'm going to very much assume that it's going to be lower end, like maybe new hustle colors because the latest ones got discontinued, the BRY and the RIP. That was the other one. So since those got discontinued, I could see some new colorways come in. Otherwise, maybe an HP2 ball, hopefully. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that, but we will see. Noah Pick, trying to figure out my next two-handed ball. Currently bowling a house that's pretty dry and using a High Road Max, but I have a problem turning corner late. You could go with a Road Warrior if you want something similar to a High Road. Otherwise, the Typhoon could be another good option for you. Hey, Kickstand Kurt, what's going on? How you doing? Finally shot through the Sub-Zero 714 and you won the league. Congratulations. That is awesome to hear. Love to see that, Kurt. That Sub-Zero doing great. That is awesome. Brett, that makes sense. Looking for a ball in between the Origin and the Road Warrior. Any company. Zen 25 is the perfect ball down from the Origin. If you want different company, Hazmat Pearl might be your only good option right now from Brunswick. That's kind of a bigger gap they're trying to fill, but they haven't yet. Those would probably be the two best options, but the Origin into the Zen 25 is one of the better 1-2 combos in bowling. In my opinion, the best Pearl combo in bowling right now is you go Origin, Zen 25, and then a Road Warrior. Black Star Piece. I have a Purple Hammer, Pink Widow, and a UC3. What order would you suggest? The Purple Hammer is going to hook early. Well, Pink Widow will probably hook earliest, then the Purple Hammer, and then the UC3 is what I would see. Brandon Yoon, I want a Rash collab for a ball and call it the Integrity so we can have an identity versus integrity battle. Yes, I am in. I'm 100% in. I am full on like feed the drama machine. Feed it. It gets views like for the PBA, like for bowling, it promotes it a little bit. Everyone likes a little chippiness. Like for any basketball fans, you saw Tyrese Halliburton and Halliburton's dad and Giannis get into it yesterday. Like that just gets clicks. That just gets people talking about it, which is crazy. So we need more of that in bowling. We need a little more controversy. Let's just create some controversy. Why not? Why not? Ken R, knee surgery in June. I'll be back to bowling after that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but hopefully it gets better after that. That would be huge if it's better after that. Sir Billy's Bum. That's a name. I love it. I love it. Your guys is, again, this is another day where your guys' usernames just beautiful, beautiful. Well done. All right, Sir Billy. What would be a good ball to pair with the Ion Max as a two-hander? Also, you're goated. Thanks, man. Ball to pair with it, Attention Star. I think as a two-hander, Attention Star is a really good two-handed ball. I don't know why two-handers just really love that thing. So I would check out something like that. Brett, love the videos. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. PNW, I think what would you put a short pin on for nationals? A gem and an Attention Star as well. Something strong. Something strong is always going to be the play for short pin. You don't want anything weak short pin. Because what short pin does is it lowers the differential a ton and then raises the RG. No, it doesn't do anything to the RG. It just lowers the differential a ton. I think lowers the RG also. So you want something stronger and slower. Let's see. Brooke, what's going on? I've gotten my house average up to 207. Wow, nice. You are flying up the ranks of averages. Huge. Love to hear that, Brooke. Good to see you too. Good to see you. What is a comparison ball to the UC2 from 555? Nothing right now. The Mantra from DV8 is going to be, or the Theorem Pearl. Those are really the only two options that are similar to a UC2. Storm doesn't really have much in that place right now. Trash Panda on Twitch. Is there a good IQ Tour replacement for Motive? No, not really. Closest thing is a Venom Shock, and they're not really all that close together. Delivery to Joe, maybe a video ranking all the HK22C balls. Ooh, I'd have to look what all the HK22C balls are. There's a lot of them out there right now, so I'd have to see. And there's some weird ones, like The Hypnotize, for example, is an odd one in there that's kind of getting overlooked right now. So you'd get some weird ones like, really? That thing has HK22C on it? So it'd be interesting. Or like that Rally that I have a severe vendetta against. That thing also has HK22C. Justin, if you had to pick one, Ion Max or Hyperdrive? If you're bowling on house, Hyperdrive, 100%. Absolutely. Brooke, I'm about to get Maribeth's Falling Stars jersey. Hey, love to hear that. I'll have to let her know. I'm going to text her quick. Doesn't look like she's here. So I was texting her earlier about an Origin that I drilled up. I have some clips on it. I'll say, Brooke from TikTok is ordering your jersey. We'll see. Maribeth is arguably one of the worst texters I've ever met. She's awful. It takes her so long to text back. It's absolutely crazy. But awesome. That is awesome to hear. Let's see. Trash Panda, we hit. Jess V. Boss, recommendations for your arsenal. Cypher, Stealth Pearl, Stealth Mode, Tundra Bluefire. Honestly, that looks good right now. Maybe an ASIM, but since you're two-handed, you might want to stay away from it. I really like that as a 4-ball arsenal right now. So it's really where you see an issue. Like, do you want a ball stronger than your Stealth Mode? If you do, I'd go for an ASIM. David Barada, what ball would you recommend to use on a house shot with 6-to-1 ratio? Smoother. Smoother equipment is going to be best. Solids. Symmetrical solids, I think, will be good. Bowling with Brooks. A while back, you mentioned doing a live about the Motive website ball comparison tool, explaining the ball motion guide. Hope to still have that come up. Yeah, I do still have that on my list, Brooks. But there's been so much news lately that I haven't had time to fill it in. Same with like our Arsenal reviews. I have 2 of them lined up, but every time I want to put it out, there's new news that comes out. And I don't want to post like 6 videos a week because that kind of, it floods YouTube a little too much, and to play the algorithm games, you kind of have to stay away from that. But yes, there will be one coming soon. David Barada, you're a two-hander. Yeah, so I'd still recommend smooth ball. Smoother will be better. Smoother will be better. Waniac, Max. Hey, Waniac, what's going on? Max Bias. Yeah, Max Bias and a lot of radical stuff will be good short pin. They're kind of the big, like, short pin is what we do company. So a lot of radical stuff will be best. Justin the Commodore. Love the name. Daughter has a phase 2 and a spare ball. You want to add a Crimson Jackal. Yeah, I like that. A good shiny ball like that will actually be a really good play. I like that a lot. Let's see. We hit that. Christian Ortega, would an Evoke fit in between a Lethal Venom and an Onyx? Yes, it would. Yeah, a Max Throw hybrid will not fit better there. That's going to be weaker than everything. So yeah, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Dark Borg, will the Origin EX pair well with a Rockstar and S2? I think it's going to be too close to them. I don't think that would be a good option to pair with them, unfortunately. So I would actually go for something smooth to pair with them. Memo 45, I'm looking for a new Motive ball. You have the Ghost, the Crimson, the original Supra, and a yellow tank. Ooh, okay. I would get a I would try a Shock. Try a Venom Shock or a Lethal Venom. One of the Venoms I think will be a good play. Brooks, it was 3 weeks ago I brought it up and you didn't know about it. Yeah, so I definitely need to still get that on the list for sure. Janet, can you help me with the 3-ball tournament bag? Phase 2, IQ Ruby, Top Thrill, Primal, Jackal Ghost, Dark Code. Jackal Ghost, Phase 2. If the Primal is the Primal Rage, go with the Primal. If it's not, I'd recommend the Dark Code. And Foggy is saying Ultimate Record. We've had a couple people mention the Ultimate Record tonight, so that might be the ball that gets announced from Rotogrip. Stay tuned. We're going to see what it actually is. We're going to see what ball actually comes out in that bit. It sounds like it's coming out Friday, though, is what more people are alluding to. So will it be a wrecker? We're going to find out. Rocket Reviews. I know CW might be good for reach, but the optics are rough. Maybe there were no other options. No, the thing is PBA had a lot of people talking to them. So I think the PBA right now is focused on more people. Ow, I just bit my lip. Ow. More people accessing it and being able to see it. I think that's the big one right now, is that people can actually see, like, watch bowling. So I think that's their big goal. And the CW is growing faster than a lot of other TV stations. And the PBA, I think, wants to be looked at as like up and coming and not as like just that extra thing. So I think that was an important piece. I wasn't in the meetings at all. I have no idea. There hasn't been much info about that, but that's my assumption based on what PBA is doing lately and what bowling is doing. So that's my guess. So yeah, is the CW smaller than Fox? 100%. Fox was a massive, massive entity, but they're going to get more attention with CW, which might mean more money and more advertising. Fox really didn't advertise bowling at all. And they advertised in one very specific way. They're like, and PBA bowling in this insert tournament that nobody knows the name of coming up at 5 p.m. And then it was like a very tiny blurb. So maybe CW will push it more. We'll see. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm trying to stay optimistic on it. Existence, what's going on with your NV Tour, Ocean Vibe, and New Blue? Was a Hazmat Pearl or Dark Side be better? Or does anyone have any recommendation? Preferably within Brunswick. I think the Hazmat Pearl could fit well Existence. That would be the best option between them. Matthew Zeruto, would the Attention Star and Identity fit in the same slot? They would be similar, yes, absolutely. John Clifton, I boost my ball speed by standing farther back. That's one of the old school approaches, and it usually works pretty well. David Price, what did he say Strickland's relationship with Brunswick is? Strickland. Who's Strickland? Which Strickland is the... You're going to have to let me know what Strickland you're talking about, David. Case IH, IQ Tour Solid versus Ion Pro. What would be... It would be right... IQ Solid versus Ion Pro. They're going to be very similar. Ion Pro is going to be a little bit smoother and a little bit earlier. Is really going to be the only difference. Garrett, did you watch the CTD review? Yeah, Ron was obsessed with it because of the lefty. I think lefties are really going to like this ball. So this is going to be a lefty's dream come true because it kind of fits in a weaker spot than the Ion Pro is where it's going to be. So it's like a smooth IQ Tour is what the Turbo looks to be close to. And lefties are going to love that ball reaction. Righties, it's going to be a little bit more niche. Lefties are going to adore it. Panda, would a shined Venom Shock or a sanded Hyper be better as a ball down from the lethal? I would go shiny Venom Shock, I think is a little better. It's a little more versatile. RJ Nolasco, love to play on the track area. What is the better strong smooth ball with a weak layout or a weak smooth ball with a strong layout? I would go weak ball with a strong layout is going to be a little bit better for that. The strong ball might burn out too early and then leave too many flat corner pins. Robert Fritz, do you think they will come out with another knockout? No, I think the Crown Victory took the place of the knockout. They're very similar, so I think that's really their goal with that guy. Evan, what is something between the new and the Black Widow? High revs and medium high speed. What is something between the new and the Black Widow? You have a million options there, Evan. There's a ton of balls between them. You have like Effect Tour, Hammerhead. You're going to have things like the Scorpion Strike all fit right in between. All fit in that slot. Let's see. Nicholas, I'm thinking about getting an Ion Max. It's good for two-handers. It can be, absolutely. It absolutely can be good for two-handers. It depends what else you have in the bag. Every ball can be good for both one-handers and two-handers, by the way. There's no, like, ball that's only made for one-handers or only made for two-handers or anything like that. Everything can be used for anything. 1500 Grit, thank you for sharing the news on your video. Oh, absolutely, for sure. That's what we're here for. There is a very strong, like, no news areas for bowling. Like I posted about the PBA stuff 2-3 hours after it actually dropped, and I was still the first one. So kind of odd. I might still be the only one. It wouldn't surprise me. But I did see JR Pro Shop is now posting news stuff. So might get some more people. Let's see. Brandon M. Solid Evoke, Attention Star S2, Tour Dynamics, Phase AI, and a Hustle Rip. Solid Evoke, S2, Dynamics. Yeah, I would recommend a shinier big ball. Might help. Identity, Equinox could actually be really good with that. All right. We are going to take this quick second. Thank you guys all so much who are hopping in right now. Make sure to drop a like if you haven't on whatever platform you're looking on. Make sure to drop a follow. It really helps out a ton. YouTube, we're on the trek to 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subs is what we're going for. I was really hoping to have it for my birthday, but that's in 2 days and we're about 750 away. So I don't think that's happening. But we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before our channel's 1-year anniversary, which is May 14th. So I'd really appreciate any help to get there. It's the best way to support the channel and it's completely free. And you can stay up to date on all bowling news, bowling balls, discontinued balls, all that fun stuff. TikTok, same thing. We're on the road to 20,000 subs. We're at a little over 16,000. Any help would be greatly appreciated. And then make sure this is not the last time that we see each other if you drop a follow. But with that, we are doing a full bowling Q&A, talking about the new bowling balls. We have the Hazmat, the Hammer Hazmat Pearl, Deviate Hater Pearl, the Ebonite Turbo X, and then the 900 Global Origin EX, all coming out very, very soon. We have PBA news where the PBA and the CW network now have an agreement where for 2 years, I did find out it's 2 years, by the way, the PBA will be streaming on the CW network. Otherwise, that is all the big news right now, but let's get back into the comments. If I missed your comment, please let me know. Please re-enter it. For example, Brooke, I did see that you put a comment and I got to go find it again. There it is. Brooke, you have a Sublime, Attention Star, Harsh, and a Piranha. Any suggestions for Junior Gold? You're thinking a level or an AI? I think an AI would fit pretty well. You don't have any weaker shiny stuff. A level would also be good too for Junior Gold to keep the ball in front of you because the patterns are brutal out there. So that could help a lot. Let's go to DT Day over on Twitch. Thanks for hopping on Twitch, DT. We are live on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube, by the way. What ball would you recommend for a two-hander? High speed, high rev, modified house shot. You're going to want smoother, Day. You're going to want smoother bowling balls. James Hicks, I've noticed the weaker a pearl ball gets, the more snap. Yes. What would be a good description of weaker solids? Weaker solids tend to fit in the same realm, but they're just smoother. They're going to get further down lane, retain more energy, which means they're going to be sharper than their medium smooth counterparts, but not absurdly sharper. Where weak and pearl bowling balls are going to be very, very angular. Weak and smooth bowling balls, not as much. Big C. Third ball do you recommend? Road Warrior or Typhoon? I like the Road Warrior right now, but a lot of people are loving the Typhoon. I know Darren Tang adores that Typhoon right now. Garrett, do you bowl fingertip or conventional? I bowl fingertip. I haven't bowled conventional in a real long time. Have you ever tried two-handed? Just in giggles times, really, and nothing big. It is fun. I have thought about what if I did that? That'd be fun. That'd be entertaining, but no, I will not be. Let's see. Jordan, Wesley shot 300, 800 with the Road Warrior. That jerk. Well, good for him. Good for that jerk. That's awesome, though. Love to see that. One of the guys that works at my pro shop is good friends with Wesley. So I think he'll be coming to his wedding in the summer. So that's awesome to see. Yeah, Wesley's kind of good at bowling. After seeing the Battle of the Brands, how soon does PBA try to force out urethane? Over the summer. I don't know, but it would not surprise me if the PBA said they're banning urethanes. Would not surprise me. However, I think they fumbled the bag on Battle of the Brands. I think if they showed the bowling balls on Battle of the Brands, they could actually have sold a couple, and that would have helped. And then bowling ball manufacturers would have said, yes, keep doing that. And then we would have seen no urethane and more regular bowling balls. So 100% I could see it happening. Tom Wujek, looking forward to drilling my new Jackal Onyx and Sub-Zero. Love to see that. The Onyx having a really strong cover. Do you think pin down would be overkill? No, not at all. I think pin down could be okay. I don't think it'll be overkill at all. Existence, we already hit that. I said Hazmat Pearl, Rick Too Tough, Black Venom, Lethal Venom ain't stronger than the Venom Shock. Yes, the Lethal Venom is stronger. The Black Venom is not stronger. It's pretty close. Jordan Griffin, ZVL is direct hits least favorite of all time. I'm not really have no reason to throw them, but is Inspire, Torpedo, direct hit the better plastic? Neither. Yeah, neither. No, get a T-Zone. They both suck. They're both, I shouldn't say that. They're both very niche. They're very, very niche bowling balls for the very, very high rev rate crowd who want to play straight. But you don't really want to play straight in those situations. You want to follow the oil path left if you're a righty or inside. And then RJ's comment about Nick and Phil jabbing at Ben. I got to go back and watch it because it would be entertaining to see what they say, because knowing Brunsnick, he can be very snarky and jabby. So that would be entertaining. Gary B, will there be any Hustle AI balls? I hope so. I really hope so, but I'm not positive. Not really positive. James D, does that mean the PBA season won't start until January? Yeah, so usually usually the PBA season only starts in early January every year. So that's pretty normal. So whenever it ends in April-ish, it's really kind of over now. So really April, May is when the season ends. It starts again in January. Gary B. Ben stated that the torpedo was garbage. I disagree. And a lot of people disagree for specific situations. Like for me, I could not physically throw the direct hit. It wouldn't hook. But if you're highly rev dominant and you want to play dead straight, it can get down lane and hook. It's not going to give you much room for error. Really, your goal when bowling, like when you run out of oil where you are, you need to move inside more. You need to move inside the lane because that'll give you both hold and hook if you miss right. That's your goal with bowling, is to have miss room. Nobody can hit the same spot on the lane 10 times. It's not possible. Those days never happened. Older guys could never do it back in the 60s. People can't do it today. It's not physically possible. But what you can do is maximize your room for error. That's why we switch bowling balls. That's why there's so many bowling balls out there. And that's why you don't want to play in the middle of the dry. One of the common things you always see is like on the PBA, like for PBA shows, people are like, why didn't they just play straight? Well, they can't, because their room for error would be that, and their hand position and speed would have to be perfect. And that's what the direct hit kind of tries to fake you out into doing. So it actually teaches you some things you shouldn't probably do, is the big problem with that ball. And that's really where Ben was going. So Ben really wants to see the sport grow and people be more educated. And that was, unfortunately, the torpedo kind of promotes the opposite, which is a little unfortunate. But it does work in some situations. All right. Brooks, after weeks of harassing James Hicks, he picked up the hysteria. I saw that. He came in last week to ask about it, and I love it. I do not want to take, I mean, I take a little bit of blame for that, but yeah, that's awesome. First Lokage. I've watched your Arsenal review. Do you think the NV Tour is a benchmark? I think it's a little too strong for a benchmark. Yeah, I think it's too strong for benchmark. Kerr, Brunswick is a pretty good reviewer, but a lot of bias, taking a bit that away, but still decent reviews. Yeah, no, he works for Brunswick. He literally he's one of their head marketing guys. So that is exactly why so every review will be a good review. He is what is the stereotypical staffer, in that sense. I'm going to get myself in trouble for saying so many things like that. Oh, well. David Barata, what ball would you recommend for a two-hander? We hit that one. Gary B, what's your favorite bowling ball of all time? 100% phase two. Jordan, I mean, his name is Brunswick. Yeah, exactly. Rocket Reviews, I know what the RG ball is. Saw it on TV. Yeah, some people are saying they threw it on TV, which I didn't look close enough to see what it was, which I should have done. Justin heard it's an ultimate wrecker. A lot of people are hearing that. Bayou Bengal, what's going on? Work late last tonight, but finally able to join the stream. Love to see it. Has anyone asked what Arsenal you're planning to bring to Nationals yet? No, and I need to make that video, but I don't even know what I'm bringing yet. But no, they have not asked. So next week, I will actually be in Baton Rouge. I'll be in Baton Rouge. I'll have videos on all the platforms, a little bit about it. But next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday morning, I'll be in the Baton Rouge area for USBC Open Championships. I believe I bowl Wednesday and Thursday. I'll have to find the times before I make a video on it, but I'm bringing 6 bowling balls, and the only ones I know for sure I'm bringing are the Jackal Onyx, the Effect Tour, and my plastic ball. Those for sure. The other ones, I'm leaning like an Origin Zen 25, and I'm thinking my Tank Blitz low-key might be good. Otherwise, I'll scrap the Zen 25 for like a Scorpion low flare at like 1,000 grit maybe. So getting ZVL breakdown of Nationals, yeah, it's going to be coming, and I promise nothing. My physical game has felt awful lately, absolutely terrible, so I'm a little bit worried on that. I have 2 more practice sessions this week to do before we go to Nationals, but I'm trying to pick a good arsenal. I'll have as good of a suggestions as I can for when I get back. But if you're in the Baton Rouge area or bowling Nationals, come say hi. Absolutely. Please come say hi. Promise I don't bite. I will have a couple new SHAMMIES, new colorways of SHAMMIES that if you want one, we can arrange that over at Baton Rouge. But otherwise, come say hi. Come watch some bowling. I'll be hanging out in the bowling center a lot that week. An absolute ton. I always love Nationals just to watch all the bowling. Foggy, is it true that pearls never fit lefties? Kind of. They do fit sometimes, but not that often. Absolutely. It's not the most often. Let's see. Where were we over here? Wilkinator, I don't like my Black Widow 3.0. Do you think the Outer Limits is different enough? I think they're going to be kind of similar. But yeah, I think it would be okay. I don't know. I think they're going to be a little too close, though. If you don't like the Black Widow, you might not like the Outer Limits. Let's see. Jordan Griffin, if you take the Spy and slam it with 500. Oh boy. Yeah. Jordan, are you a lefty? I had a lefty that I used to team with for tournaments who swore by 500 grit plastic. That was his thing. That was his thing. Why? Maribeth is FaceTiming me and I am live right now, dude. What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Tell her I said thank you. Brooke, Maribeth says thank you if you're still hanging out. I didn't see if you're still hanging in the chat. I don't think you are. Shoot. But yeah, lefties love 500 grit plastic. Wilkinator, I don't like my Black Widow 3.0. We hit that one. David XL, I'm bowling with a Black Widow Mania. What would be a good ball to add? Go with a smooth ball like a hammerhead. Might fit really well for you. Rick Too Tough, everybody's sleeping on that Cypher Pearl. Really? I haven't heard the best things about it so far, but I also have not heard much. Brunswick, in a very blunt fashion, they suck with marketing. They are terrible with their marketing and advertising. They have 4 ball reviews in total on the Cypher Pearl right now. Like on YouTube, if I want to watch something on the track Cypher Pearl, we're gonna go live and do this. Check this out. Track Cypher Pearl. Let's see. We have Hype. We have Brunswick. We have CTD. We have Tracks a little bit. We have Lewis, who's being Lewis. We have 10 in the pit, or X in the pit. We have Elise. Virtue. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 reviews total of the Cypher Pearl. Out of those, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 are from staffers / people who get the balls for free and usually are generally a little biased towards that. I will not say the name of who that person is, but it sucks. I haven't seen much of it, unfortunately. I wish I did. I wish we saw more of it. Nate, the PBA should redo the grudge match. I am in. Yes, stir the pot. Let's go. Stir that PBA pot, baby. Steve, I know it would be a pain, but I'm not brand loyal. I'd love to see you do a video or chart that compared all the brands. Oh, that's a lot. The problem is I wouldn't be the most accurate with it. Because there are so many, but I could get close. I could get close-ish. Maribeth, what's going on? Yes, I'm live. I did deny your call because I'm live. Did you? Oh yeah, you weren't happy that I said no. Yes, I'm live. It's a Wednesday. Good to see you. Justin, I'm between house shot and sport shot, so still choose the hyperdrive. Yes, still choose the hyperdrive. Noah, have you looked into bowling this month? I'd like to know how accurate you think it is. It is honestly one of the more accurate ways to test bowling balls. I use that for years. They're wrong in some situations. Like I have noticed they're a little bit inaccurate in some, but overall they're pretty spot on with a lot of them. Existence. With my, we already hit that one. Tristan, what's the difference between drilling pin up and pin down? Pin up bowling balls are going to hook earlier and flare more. So they're just going to hook overall more and be a little bit more angular. However, the pin down is going to hook later, but be smoother. Remember that one. Remember that pin down does not mean earlier. Pin down hooks later. That's one of the biggest misconceptions with bowling. Maribeth, hold on. My video went viral on some random page, the UFO one. Wow, that's a long time ago. All the old men in the comments are being mean. Oh God, I need to read those. I need to read those comments. That'll be fun. First, Lokage, would you think the Lethal Venom would be a good fit with your arsenal of Mania and NV Tour? I think it's a little too close to the NV Tour. I would go Venom Shock before the Lethal first. MK Boz, you have an Arctic vibe, and I'm looking to get my first spare. What's a good first spare ball? T-Zone or a white dot? Absolutely. Hanson, is it the only way to trade my used ball with a pro shop guy if they have? It depends on the pro shop. It really depends. Some pro shops don't deal with used balls. Some really love used bowling balls, and some are kind of in between. So you'll have to talk to your pro shop guy to see. Foggy, how does the Origin EX look for a two-handed lefty? How strong is it as well compared to the other ASIM salts? I think it's going to be a really, really good lefty bowling ball because it's going to be early, but it's still very smooth. It gets down lane, but it's still very smooth. And that's what you want to see as a lefty. So I think that's going to be a good ball down from like your NV Tours or your Ion Maxes or things like that. Maribeth, I thought you tagged me. I did. When did I do that? What's the video? Did you send me the video on TikTok? We'll check it out. Tanner, I'm a 220 average, no thumb bowler. My go-to game 1 ball is a Zen 25, but you're still going to find a good ball when it's too strong. Road Warrior is going to be really good. Otherwise, a Typhoon could work really well for you too, Tanner. Andrew Fender, switch to interchangeable. I've had issues with tenderness and blister on top by left side of my nail. Should I try more forward pitch? Where is it? On top by the left side of my nail. Either left pitch or forward pitch are going to be your 2 best plays, Andrew. So usually when you feel pain or rubbing, you want to pitch the ball that direction a little bit, usually about a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch. Foggy, best lefty ball in the market currently, Effect Tour, Ion Pro, Lethal Venom, and maybe that new Turbo. Low-key, and IQ Tour. IQ Tour, of course. IQ Tour is the lefty bowling ball. Deal with it. Why is the season so short? It's always, I don't know. When it got shortened back in the 2000s, they just kind of kept it at about 4 months. However, bowling does go all year, but they do more regionals and other smaller events. The main core of the season is just about 4 months, so everything's just continuously moving. It depends if that's good or bad. I don't really know if you want that or if you want a longer, more prolonged season. It's good for the international guys so they can actually go home after that 4 months and then be home for 7 months and then come back to the States when the season starts. So they're always moving. Let's see. James 3, can you look in the past and tell me what category 2 of my older balls fit in? The Storm Rain and the Virtual Gravity. Virtual Gravity was Strong Smooth. For sure, that was Strong Smooth. Oh, Storm Rain is also an energy drink. Duh. You can get one for 90 cents? Yo. What? Rain Storms are one of the best drinks, in my opinion. They're so good. I love those things. The Rain is R2S Pearl. That's my more medium sharp. The Rain is more medium sharp. Biggie Smalls, to your opinion, what is a ball that replaced the Proton? Ion Max. Ion Max did. Do I know Tanner Triggs? I do not know that name at all. I do not. Let's see. Alan Wolf, what do you think of the Identity? I think the Identity is actually pretty good. I think it's actually pretty decent. It's very angular, and I haven't heard many bad things about it. I've heard 1 to 2 bad things so far about it, but it's really not much. It looks pretty good. A lot of people like it. Waniac, National Arsenal is a Lethal Venom, an EJ Venom, Max Bias, a Low Flare, an EJ Pearl, Hammer Effect, and a Widow 2.0 hybrid. I like it. You actually have all of your stuff figured out. Nice. Love to see that. Love to see that. And you bowl this Friday, Saturday. Hey, you're bowling around the same time that one of our Pro Shop guys is. He's bowling Saturday. So good luck, Waniac. Good luck. Let us know how it goes. Excited to hear that. Just missing when I'll be out there. I'll be out there on Tuesday afternoon, I believe. So pretty close. See, Lorensk, is the Turbo X considered weak and smooth? Yes, absolutely. It'll be a ball down from the Venom Shock. Probably a ball and a half down. Scott Ogden, good evening. Just got on the stream. Does a Hazmat Pearl belong in the same bag as a Strike? No, definitely not. They're going to be close, but they're going to be different enough where you could maybe have them, but I don't recommend it. They're both going to be medium sharp. They both have the same cover. They're going to be just slightly different. Robert Duran's, great show. Hey, thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. Trash Panda, would you ever do a series reacting to viewers and giving tips while watching? It's not a bad idea, honestly. I have wanted to try to incorporate some kind of coaching option on the channel. I just haven't really figured out how yet, but that is something I want to add in. Hey, Revs on the left, what's going on? How do you think the Hater Pearl will compare to the Widow? Oh, Hater Pearl will hook way later. Way later. Yeah, way later than the Black Widow Mania. Andrew Steele, I used to get bruising just under the nail on my thumb. Started using tiered tape. That could also be the pitch on your ball. That's usually what that means, is the pitch was wrong. Kazuto, tips for speed dominant righty one-hander. Just in general, if you want to boost your rev rate, you're going to want your hand to be a little more underneath the ball as I shake everything to try to reach my Pokeball to use. So your hand is probably like on top of the ball when you release it. You want to get it a little more below it. Also, don't muscle the ball. Don't use too much muscle. Let's see. Danger Ranger, as a Storm 900 Roto guy, I bought an Ivory Rhino and I'm kind of excited to throw it. Good. That's awesome. That's okay. I recommend trying other companies. All the companies are great right now. So I always recommend try it out, see if you like it or not. That one's going to be pretty weak for you. It's going to be a very weak bowling ball, so be ready for that. Charles, have you ever polished the phase 2? I did, and I didn't like it. It just didn't react the way I wanted it to, so I always keep mine around 2 to 3,000 grit. Robert Duran's, you have an old Ghost. It says surface is 500, 500, 515. I have no idea why there's 3 500s. It should be 500, then 1,500 is really what it should be. There's no reason to have that. Ken R, I get to watch Robert Smith throw the Hazmat Pearl. Ooh, let us know how it is next week. I haven't seen much about that ball yet, but let us know. Red Speedy Gonzalez, what ball would you replace the low flare with? Ion Pro. I think Ion Pro is going to be the only option on the market that's close to that range, which is kind of sad. I wish there were more. I really, really wish there were more. Deal with it. Is Rash off 900 global? I have no confirmation, but it seems like Rash is off 900 global. He has deleted any 900 global posts on his main social medias, which is generally a telltale sign that they are going different directions. Now, nothing confirmed. The season technically isn't over yet, so if anything's confirmed, they'll probably announce it post when the season's over. Now, they don't have to announce it. They might just do it behind closed doors and then nobody mentions it. Rumor on the street is that Rash is off 900 global though. It is not confirmed, but all the signs point to yes. If it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Is really what it is right now. SN, what balls are best to use for nationals? You want stronger and smoother bowling balls are going to be your best bet. So you're going to want Jackal Onyxes, Effect Tours, Phase 2s, Rock Stars, things like that. Philip, what ball in your opinion is currently the best ball in the medium sharp category? Zen 25. Zen 25 is my personal favorite. Scorpion Strike is also up there too. Robert Duran's Widow Assassin. That's an oldie. Steph, have you bowled on Kegel Code? I'm gonna look up what that is. I'm guessing it's a pattern. Kegel Code oil pattern? It is an actual oil pattern. Dope. No, I have not, but that is an old pattern. Ooh. You're gonna want to play. You're gonna have to play super tight to the pocket, but you'll use medium equipment. Is gonna be my guess. Enoch, happy early birthday! Hey, thanks, Enoch. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Elizabeth Hughes, how does the direct hit compare to the Rhino Pro? It is going to be a heck of a lot weaker. It's gonna hook way later and be about the similar reaction down lane. But that's what it's gonna be. And also, the Rhino can actually play from left. The direct hit cannot. But for most people. See, Harris NV Tour is still in my bag. Oh, it's still goated. Absolutely goated. Delivery to Joe. Missed opportunity to call it the home wrecker. I don't know if the marketing department would approve that at all. I don't know if that would ever happen. Chris Vick, is it a big difference drilling a ball for a left-hand or right-handed? If it's a symmetrical ball, no, not really. The CG doesn't matter that much. If it's asymmetrical, it matters a ton. So do not drill an asymmetrical ball righty, then try it lefty. But symmetrical balls, you'd be fine. Devil Kid, my arsenal is Tour Dynamics, Widow 3.0, Black Widow Urethane, Exotic Gem. I would say a weaker shiny ball is going to be a really good option off of that. So you have a little bit of everything, like a Road Warrior or a Primal Rage or a Scorpion Strike, Devil Kid. Let's see. Big Mike Basil, what's going on, man? If you could have one ball from SPI to use in League, what would it be? Attention Star. 100% still the Attention Star. You Bengal, definitely recommend that low flare over the Zen 25. Shiny didn't move. I know, that's what I'm worried about. I don't expect to throw shiny. So that's why I think like putting my Scorpion to like 1,000 grit as a just in case might be a good play. Jess V Boss, X in the Pit did a review and they thought very highly of it. That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, I think X in the Pit will be really good soon. They aren't in front of cameras that much, I don't think. So they're still getting used to that, but I think that can be a really good channel in the future. I really hope so. I really hope so. I want to see bowling, like true bowling content creators do well. That's my hope. That's what I always like to see. Rick Too Tough, when you get time, watch X in the Pit. They did a review, very continuous and forgiving. What would you add to this bag? Looking for something stronger than the Venom Shock. Two-handed righty rev dominant. Stronger than the Shock. So you have Evoke Hysteria, Shock, and Primal Rage. OG Evoke, honestly. I think OG Evoke could be really good. The Beach Ball, otherwise. Steve, for my wifey, she has an Optimum Idol. Is it worth getting an S2? Yeah, I think there's a big enough gap between the two. I think that's okay. All right, let's see. Let's sketch back over here. Big Daddy Kane. What do you plan to release the next rating followers arsenal? It was supposed to release today, actually, but then the PBA dropped their news, so I had to delay it a little bit. So I think I have it slated for... Do I have it slated for Friday? No, I have Friday saved because I'm assuming a Rotogrip ball is getting announced. So I believe next Tuesday I have it set up for. I think next Tuesday or next Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. I should look, though, to confirm. It might, I don't think it's tomorrow. I don't think I'd do that. Hey, they posted that video. Oh, Daria has a post with Geo on a Storm site. That's kind of cool. I have it set for May 1st right now. I'm going to actually delay that a little bit. So that's definitely not going to release tomorrow. I'm just going to set that for Saturday now. It's going to be sometime next week, though. For sure, sometime next week. Let's see. The Kengel MDBS turtle pattern. So easy. I have never heard of that. I've never heard of that pattern before. Jordan Griffin, I put polish on 2K pad and surface to reality. It was pretty good reaction. Shiny reality is a really good play. I really like the shiny reality. I think that's a solid option. Let's see. Ahala, any thoughts on either Mesmerize, Pure Envy, or 3D Offset Assault? Those are three of the best solid bowling balls from Brunswick right now. All three of them are great. Deal with it. Who's better, Brad or Kyle? Kyle. Next question. Yeah, Kyle just has more accolades. You want to look at it that way. He also has such beautiful form. His form's so good. Urethane Tuck. Have you ever tried any of the bowling ball soaks from CTD? I have not at all. No, not even close. Andrew Fender, you are welcome. Gary B, do you think the PBA will bring back the Elite League? No. I think what I would assume will happen is we'll have Battle of the Brands in a league format next season. It really depends what route they want to go. Do they want to have more 2-day step ladders like they had this year, where they had like the 5 through 9 seeds compete for a spot on the main show? Or do they want to go the other route, which is you doing the PBA league, but doing it as Battle of the Brands? I don't think the original PBA league did well once it was outside of Maine. So I would love to see Battle of the Brands, but Battle of the Brands, but with an actual league format, I think would be good. Let's see. Check Chad, you in here? What's up, Revs? Corey, what's your ball of the year so far? I'd say Zen 25 is still up there. I think that's still fantastic. Black Widow Mania is still really good. What else has been good? I think Evoke Hysteria is actually top dog too. I think all of those are up there. And what's a good replacement for the Vivo? Your best option right now is really the Equinox or the Identity. Not the best options, but they could be. Maribeth, how's the new Origin? It's strong. That thing is strong. I haven't thrown it much. I've thrown like 2 games with it, but yeah, I drilled an Origin and wow, that thing is strong. Very, very strong. Dre Houdini, Storm level or urethane in terms of consistency? Urethane, 100% urethane. The level's okay, but it's not great for where you need urethane. When you need urethane, you need like a purple hammer. Tacey Ping, how about Evoke Pearl? Really good. The Evoke Hysteria is phenomenal right now. Really, really good. Deal with it. I agree. Kyle's form is so good. Surprised no one mentioned it when they were asking. Everyone said BJ Moore. Yeah, BJ's is just beautiful. It's so smooth. Kyle's is up there though. Brooke, I had to leave for a bit and I missed your reply. No, all good, Brooke. Don't worry. I think Maribeth is still here, by the way. And I know you mentioned you bought her Falling Stars jersey. So, I think I said that would be a good option if I remember right. Brooke. I think that's what I said. Was the medium shiny ball would be a good play. Noah Pick, you said you work in a pro shop. Did you go to one of the Ipsia courses? I did not, but I do recommend it. They do a fantastic job. They give you all the basics that you need. They don't give you some like super, super deep tips, but they do a fantastic job at the Ipsia clinics. So I'd agree. Let's see. Yofo, best balls for a 2-handed lefty for a house shot only. You're still gonna want smooth stuff. You're still gonna want like Rock Stars, Venom Shocks, IQ Tours, things like that. Some strong sharp balls could also be an option. Like the Vibo was a really good lefty ball. So then outside of that, you could go like an Equinox or something. Adam, I'm a rev dominant 2-hander looking for a strong solid ball. Looking for a strong solid ball. What should I get? Origin EX could work. Origin EX could be good. Otherwise, RST Hyperdrive is a good option. Black Widow 3.0 is not too bad. And then I would go Jackal Ghost could work too, but that's a little pricier. Your Zaddy. Oh, God. Looking to replace my archetype. Solid. Thoughts on the Ion Max? I really like the Ion Max. I think it's a top 5 ASIM solid ball in the market right now. Mike Basil, two-handed Rev Dominant, and I throw it about 16. What ball would you buy if you can only buy one ball to take to League? I would still go Attention Star. I think still Attention Star. It's going to fit really well for that. Yofo, did 900 Global drop Rash because of the vaping incident? I don't think so. I think a lot of this stuff was happening before the vaping incident happened. I think there was some other stuff going on. Don, not sure about the copyright stuff, but Wreck-It Ralph would be cool. Yeah, if there was no copyright, 100%. Let's see. Bingham Cat Dad. Hey, Gibbs, thank you for the heart me on TikTok. Level, Equinox, or XL, they all do radically different things. The XL is going to be the strongest of the bunch. Level is going to be the weakest, but you can play straight with it. And the Equinox is going to be the strongest. Deal with it. Thoughts on Belmo saying he wants to be the best of all time? Too much, or is he kind of right? No, he's right. The biggest thing I like to talk about with people for sports is every pro athlete believes they can be the best player to ever play the game. 100%. Every single one of them has the potential to, a lot of them have the potential to be also. So you watch basketball and you hear somebody say, I am one of the best. 100%. They fully believe that, because if you step onto a court, onto a field, onto a bowling lane at the professional level, and you don't truly believe I am the best one here, you're not going to win. You're not going to be the best one there. So Belmo doing that is perfect. It makes sense. And I love that he has that attitude towards it. Now, a lot of people hide that. Like, you don't hear a lot of people, you don't hear Mike Trout go out and say, I am the greatest baseball player. Shohei say, I am the greatest baseball player. But they are thinking it 100%. That is in their head. They are the best and they want to be the best. So I totally am glad that he does that. I think that's a great mindset to have. Brooke, I'll look into the Phase AI. I'm also doing the Youth Open for the first time up in Green Bay. Nice. That's awesome. Is that for Junior Gold? I'm tempted to go out there this year. It's very close to where I am. It's like 4 hours away from me. So I'm tempted to go there, but I mean, I know Sarah Bowles got invited there, I believe, last year. I'll have to talk to her a little bit to see if she went and how was it. But it'd be fun to go. That's a massive event. That's such a big event. Check MP. I have an Ion Pro and you just won another one. Would you keep it? And hit it with a different layout? I would get a different ball. I would sell it or trade it in for something different. Trade it for something like shiny or something you don't have. Maribeth, you'll go with me? Really? If you can go for Storm, I'm in. I'm 100% in. Yes, it's at Junior Gold. Oh, awesome. Love that. Love that. Yeah, if Maribeth goes, I'm in. And then, Brooke, we will have Maribeth give you a second jersey. She will give you a second jersey to pair with your Falling Stars jersey. I love offering Maribeth stuff. It's so great. We should go. I'm in. Last year. Oh, you did signing at the booth? That's awesome. That's sweet. I did not. I'm just a washed up YouTuber. Storm won't want me signing stuff for them. How many balls can you bring to Nationals? You can check in 8. You can check in a max of 8 at Nationals. Joe Sledge. Oh, hey, I watch your vids on YouTube. Hey, thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Good to see you on TikTok. Balrog, check him. Big Mike Basil. X in the pit is not afraid to tell if a ball isn't good. Hey, that's good to have. You need that. Although it's almost impossible to do, because to get a ball early, you have to be in with the company. And if you say bad things, they won't probably keep you in that much longer. It's just how marketing works for anybody. Let's see. Panda, Lethal Venom has been the biggest sleep-on ball of the year. I would kind of agree. Not many people throw it much, but it is good. I've been shooting consistent 230s. That is awesome to hear. Love to see that. Yeah, you're SMH. Man, that's rude. Just mean. Josh, I have an Identity and an IQ Ruby. What smooth ball would you add to the mix? You have an Identity and a Ruby. What smooth ball would you add? Rockstar. I think a Rockstar is a good middle ground of those. I think that'll work. Or a Phase 2 also. Noah Fung, I have a Zen 25. I want to get a Road Warrior and a Rockstar. Perfect. I love that a lot. I think that's a good combo. Yofo, trying to understand strong versus weak. If strong is early, then weak is sharp. Usually, yes. Then are solid always stronger than pearls? Not all the time, but they can be. Most of the time. Does strength have anything to do with how much the ball hooks hitting friction? No, but it does hit it. It's so hard. It's all such an it depends. So a strong bowling ball is going to be very early, right? It's going to hook earlier. Usually when a ball is early, it's smoother most of the time. It's very rare to have a ball be early, but also angular. The Mesmerize is kind of like that, where it's early, but it's also pretty directional. Because most bowling balls, they hook later, and because they hook later, they do what we call retain more energy, and then they're going to be sharper down lane. There aren't many balls that are going to be super long, but also very smooth. Just like there's not going to be many balls that hook super early, but are also sharp. So that is generally how it goes, but there are situations in there that isn't true. Like, what would be a good one? What would be one? Zen 25 hooks later, but is also smoother because the core is so big. So there are examples like that. All right, let's catch up over here. Is the Equinox the best house shot ball from Storm? I think the Equinox and the Attention Star are the two best. Yes. Gibbs, which hooks later, Road Warrior or Typhoon? Typhoon. Which is closer to smooth or continuous? Also Typhoon. Typhoon hooks later, but is smoother than the Road Warrior. Andrew Steele, opinion on the Rattler NU. It is probably the best non-urethane ball that was on the market. Definitely the best non-urethane, urethane-like bowling ball. There were no others that were good compared to that one. Kenzie, Black Widow Legend. Any suggestions? Oh boy. I gotta look up which one was the Legend. Is that the gold one? That is not the gold one. That is actually the all black and maroon one. Zach, good try, kid. It's NBT Hybrid. Black Widow Mania or Black Widow 2.0 Hybrid. Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, look up Kegel MSBS Turtle. It's such a basic pattern. It's also going to be at Green Bay. Oh, really? Let's check it out. Kegel MSBS Turtle. MSBS Tuttle. 44 feet, 25 mils, 1-2. It's flat. I don't know if that's easy, but that's awesome that it was for you. Upimism. There we go. Good afternoon. What's going on, man? How you doing? Joe, I figure most strong pearls are skid flip and most strong solids go coast to coast. No, actually, most strong solids will actually be a little smoother. They're just going to hook early. Let's see. Jordan Griffin, how do you feel about the level after seeing Jesper? I still think the same thing. It's very niche. It's just a weak urethane. It's very weak and wants to play from straight. It loses its ball reaction very quickly unless you have a billion revs on it. It is a decent, like, fake urethane reaction, but I think you have to be really high rev rate to make it look like urethane. I had a couple of guys on my team throwing it this weekend at State, and it was actually kind of good. Lane shined, but actually, I should say approach shined. Hear me out on this. This is going to be the first time you've ever heard this before. One of my teammates, right? He has a level and it's pretty dull at the time. He's like, I need to shine this thing, but we don't have, the pro shop is closed. So he's looking at like, what do I do? And he just starts rolling it on the approach a little bit and it started shining up. This was between shifts. So you could change your ball reaction or change your ball just fine. And it actually shined up really well by just like spinning it on the approach. It was wild. Super, super dumb, but it worked really well. All right, let's catch up over here. I think we hit a lot of those. Oh, we never hit this one. What are your thoughts on the Hypnotize? I think it's being slept on a little bit. It's a weird ball because you'd rather probably just have a Mesmerize or a Vaporize, but it is kind of the best of both worlds if you want just one ball to do both things. But I think it's pretty good. Tyler Myers, you have an Equinox, Craze Solid, Rattler Big Bite, Crusher Hybrid, and Tropical Surge. Oh, nice. Newer to bowling with the Avocasterian Lethal Venom. Any ball you would recommend? You have a lot of stuff right now for being newer, which is awesome. So I would stick to what you have right now and try to work on just some consistency. Try to get that average up a little bit, try to get that ball speed or rev rate up, and then go from there. Don Clifton, my cousin's kids had a meet. Unfortunately, greet either Stephanie Johnson or Simo a couple back. Oh, no, a meet and greet with Simo and Stephanie Johnson at Junior Gold. Oh, that is super cool. That is awesome. Corey, like, what does flare potential mean? So the flare on a ball, if you look where the oil rings are, the bigger they are, that's the higher flare potential. When a ball flares more, that means it's going to hook earlier, and it's just going to overall hook more. So higher flare potential means more hook and earlier hook. All right, let's catch up over here. I love that. The approach is hilarious. It was wild. I couldn't believe it worked. And it was ironic because the level is deemed as like Oh, it never lane shines, and we just spun it on the approach a bunch, and it lane shined real quick. It was so dumb. So if you ever need to shine a ball between shifts, that's a good way. Appreciate the try. It's supposed to be a euphemism. Oh, it's supposed to be euphemism. I see. I saw. So there's a last name in my area for Upham, and it's UPHAM. Okay, that makes sense. I was reading it as Upham. All right, my bad, my bad. A for effort. I probably butcher so many names on here. Black Widow Mania thoughts. One of the better pearl balls on the market today, especially it's probably a top 3 pearl ball from Brunswick right now, from the Brunswick brands. Let's see, Alexander the Second. Going to get back into bowling. What would you recommend as a good starting ball? I would go with something a little lower end, something like a Hustle. I think will be a good starting ball. Hustle X-Ray is okay, otherwise Hustle M&M. Jawan, difference between the Sublime Focus and Hammerhead. Hammerhead will be weaker. Hammerhead will definitely be a weaker bowling ball in general. Gav, what do you think of 6x3x2 on an Origin? I don't hate it. It's going to make it super weak, but the Origin is so strong. I think it'll be okay. Don, thank you for the $5 super chat. Happy birthday. Appreciate it. Thank you. It is not my birthday today, by the way. It is in 2 days, though. Friday is my 28th birthday. So thank you so much, Don. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Let's see. Timmy, actually, euphemism. Advice shooting on my first sports shot. Be ready to shoot spares. Just try to hit the pocket. Don't worry about carry as much. Just hit the pocket a lot and the carry will come. Curb, I meant I'm a be at Green Bay. Oh, I see. Okay, awesome, Curb. That's awesome. What would you say is a good ball to add? T-zone buy and direct hit Arsenal. Definitely real. I think you're gonna need something actually reactive. You need a reactive ball in there. I'd say like a Road Warrior or like maybe the new Turbo or something like that could work. You just need something that's not just plastic. All right. Let's see. Timmy, new to bowling. I have a phase 2 Storm Typhoon and a Venom Shock. Nice. That's a good start. I like that good starting arsenal. Let's see. Yofo, if solids are good for lefties, hybrids are out. No, I mean, hybrids I think still can be good. I think hybrids and pearls can still be good depending on how you play as a lefty, but you want to lean more towards smoother equipment. Adam, what's a good medium sharp ball for me? There are so many good options right now, Adam. Some of my favorites right now are Zen 25. IQAI is really good. Scorpion Strike is fantastic. GB5 Pearl is a smoother one that's really good. And then the Primal Rage Evolution is great. Those are probably my top ones. Whiskey, Hammer Anger, and Hazmat Pearl in the same bag. Oh yeah, you're good with that. If you say no, just know it's my money and I'll do what I want. I don't think my answer mattered, did it, Whiskey? My answer did not matter in the slightest. But yes, I think they can fit in the same bag. Noah, I have a junior tournament coming up. We're playing on Earl Anthony in Dublin Bowl. That's awesome. That's really cool. That is super cool. Maribeth, you're going to be so old. Shut up. That's not the time. Chris Vick, how many times have you picked up the 710? Story time for that. So 3 times is what I'm at. 2 times in competition, 1 time not in competition. The 1 time not in competition was last night. So I'm practicing, right? I just drilled a 900 Global Origin. I'm comparing it to my Equinox. And I'm trying a few physical game things to really solidify for nationals, right? Throw an Equinox shot. My goal is just get my hand behind the ball. I get my hand really behind the ball. I pocket 710, whatever. We're figuring out our league checks because our league just ended. So I'm working with one of our guys who's figuring out like how much money does everyone get. One guy's getting like $40. We had like $1,000 back and he's getting $40 because he didn't bowl much. So I told the guy, his name is Ryan, who only gets the $40. I told him, hey, I get Ryan's league check if I pick this up. He's like, all right, deal. I put the camera down. I'm getting videos of like every shot. I love getting videos of myself when bowling to see what my game looks like, to see where the differences and changes are. I pick it up, the 710. It is the 3rd time ever in this bowling center the 710 has ever been picked up. Pins don't bounce out of the gutter in this bowling center. I've picked up 2 of the 3 710s ever in the history of this bowling center, ever to be picked up. And I didn't get either on video. That is the most annoying part with all of it. I had a chance to get a 710 on video and I forgot I didn't play it. I didn't get a recording. I recorded like 30 weird spares that I leave where I don't pick them up. I always get videos just in case. And for the one I pick up, which is a 710, no video. No video at all. I was livid. But yes, to answer your question, Chris, 3 times. One time was to clinch the top seed in a tournament. So I picked it up to beat the next guy by like 2, which was great. Poor guy. Sorry, I think it was Dalton. Poor Dalton. Basil, X in the Pit is a pro shop. I don't know if that's the name of the pro shop, but the big guy with the big beard is like, if a ball isn't good, I'm going to tell you, which is good. That is awesome. That is the right way to do it. That is the best way for us as consumers to know. Not really if the ball is good or bad, because every ball is good at the end of the day, quote unquote. It'll roll fine. It'll strike. But to know where it fits and how niche it is the important thing, and not just be like just blowing smoke at us saying, oh, this ball is the best thing ever made. This thing fits really well everywhere. Everyone, it's a must-have bowling ball. Like, no, there's no ball that's must-have. There is no ball that is also absolute dog water. I mean, the Torpedo Direct Hit does exist and the IQ 78. But besides that, well, I mean, yeah, I think those are the main 2. And I mean, the Rally is there, but that's really a fine ball. I just don't like the marketing of it. But besides those, every ball is fine. So, TLDR, yes, I love that for them. Ties Bowling, what's a good layout for an Equinox? Your PAP is 4 3/4 by 1. If you're going dual angle, I would go like 55 by 5 by 45. I think it's a good play. And Zaddy, what ball is better, GB5 or stealth mode? I think both are fantastic. They're very, very close together. You can't really go wrong with either. Both are as good. They're pretty much equal. Philip, what's your opinion on the Black Widow Mania? And then Philip, he said hello. No, I got you, Philip. Don't worry. I really like the Black Widow Mania. I think it's a really good shiny ball. One of the better ones from Brunswick right now. Ken, I once went 710 spare sheet for 290. That is the best 290 you could have by far. That is awesome. I love that. The only other one would be like front 10, 710, and then spare it. And euphemism, my B-Day is Sunday. Hey, a May 4th birthday. How many times do you hear May the 4th be with you on your birthday? And is the answer too many? Let's see. Noah, this is also my first sports shot. Ooh, good luck, good luck. Hanson, is the Trident Quest strong sharp? Yes, it is. John Ego, only a classified bowler back from Natty's. Humbling experience. In team 3rd game, needed an 8 count to get to 100. First ball, Greek Church. Second ball, picked up the 3. Hey, the shot is hard. If you play it wrong, it's brutal. Absolutely. Ego, but I did cash a little in brackets. Nice. Love to hear that. Ties Bowling, what would you classify the Equinox? I would say strong sharp. I think strong sharp. And then Existence is Pain. I feel like the 3 vibes, the Arctic is then the sun going T1. The ocean is the child getting straight A's. And the radioactive is a 3-year-old who's drawing on the walls. You're not wrong. The radioactive was not great. It was bad. It was really bad. Unfortunately. Marcelo, I've once picked up the 6-7-10 with a backup ball. Nice. Love that. Love that. Yeah, sorry, Philip. I'm jumping. I have a Twitch chat, YouTube chat, and TikTok all going at the same time, which is why you might see me jumping between chat to chat. Jordan Griffin, what's your favorite brand if you had to choose? I don't know. Is not acceptable. I have the most Storm equipment in my bag right now, right? I have a lot of Storm stuff, and they do make my baby the Phase 2, so I think I'd have to go Storm right now. Motive is creeping up there for most stuff in my bag. However, the Effect Tour is made from Brunswick, or Hammer, and I think Hammer is up there. I don't think all the Brunswick brands. I haven't thrown a good Columbia ball in a while. Deviate, I haven't thrown in a minute. Radical, I don't expect to throw anytime soon. I might pick up a cheap Radical ball for the hell of it. By the way, also that Deviate Chill Pearl that I thought was okay, absolute booty. Awful. I tried throwing it this weekend in something that it should have been good on. Terrible bowling ball. Absolutely awful. I don't know if I'll be throwing it again. It was so bad. I hated that. It was so inconsistent. It never wanted to do the same thing twice. Very disappointing. I thought it would be okay. But a lot of people warned me like, yeah, that Chill Pearl wasn't good. I'm like, what do you mean? It's going to be fine. But it was kind of bad. Dave Miller starting to bowl again, 65 years old. Please recommend a ball for light, medium, and heavy oil. Ooh. Dave, I would recommend checking out some of my guides for League Arsenal. That might be able to help a lot. But otherwise, off the top of my head, I mean, there's a million options. There's literally 100 options of bowling balls you could put here. Recommend, I would start with like a Hustle, start off low oil, start with that. Don't get anything else. Try it out, see what you think of it, and then move on from there. Adam, would the Road Warrior be a good medium sharp for a two-hander? Yeah, I think that could be really good. I really like the Road Warrior right now. Jerome, can you sand a mix and use it as a urethane strike ball? Yes, but it's not going to be great. You'd rather have a true urethane. Don Clifton, I think the TNT is dog water. Oh, TNT was awful. TNT was terrible. That ball was so bad. That was disappointing. I wish that ball was good, kind of like the DNA. DNA and TNT, like, as long as Storm never does, like, just letters for the name, but they had the RST. The RST, though, had a dash and a 1 and a number in it, so I'll give that benefit of the doubt. But yeah, TNT, DNA, awful. Josh K. used a Radical Conspiracy and a Tour Dynamics looking to upgrade. Radical Conspiracy, you could go with like a Track Criterion. Tour Dynamics, look at the new Origin EX. It's going to be kind of close. Brian Whalen, thoughts on the new Turbo X? I have not seen much about it. There haven't been many clips on it. A couple of people are hyping it up a lot. I think it's going to be a good lefty bowling ball. I think it's going to be like a weak and smooth IQ Tour. It's going to be very similar to that old Teal Rhino Pro from a couple of years ago, so expect it to fit in that realm. Joe, lefty one-hander, no thumb. If Hustle M&M is my best performing ball on house, what could you recommend? Is it best on the fresh? If it's not, if it's good on transition, I would go with something stronger like a Road Warrior or IQ AI. If you want something just for after that ball, you'll have to go to like a Tropical Surge Pearl. Jordan, I think Hammer is the best Brunswick brand. Absolutely. It 100% is. Don't come for the TNT, buddy. Me and Maribeth have opposite reactions on every bowling ball out there. 100%. We disagree on nearly all of them. She's like, the harsh reality is amazing. I'm like, that thing's terrible. And I'm like, the OG Axiom was amazing. And she's like, that thing's terrible. It's just awful. It's so sad. Which means she needs to give me just all of her balls she doesn't like, right? I think that's what it sounds like. Would the Attention Star be solid for somewhat dry lanes? I would go New Typhoon for dry lanes, Dot. Adam, my 4th is my state tournament day. Hey, good luck, good luck. SN, would a summit be good to bring to nationals? Too close to a phase 2. I think it's okay to bring. I think it'd be okay. Make sure to sand it, though. Make sure to sand it so it's different. Noah, I've been able to cash all of my junior tournaments. Hey, congrats. That is awesome to hear. Love to hear that. We love making a little bit of money on that. Ty's bowling, modified house shot tipped. Play it like a house shot and then transition from there. Modified house can mean literally anything. It's kind of a tournament's way of saying, we don't know what the pattern is, but it's not a house shot. So it could be literally anything. Steve, was it Noah? Earl Anthony pattern is tough. At Dublin is tough. Be accurate. Strong stuff should be good. Billy M, what layout would you recommend for the Hazmat Solid? Dual angle. First angle doesn't matter. 45 degrees. Go 4 3/4 inches, or 4.5 inches, made a little stronger, and then go like 55 degrees if you want to make it smoother. If you want to play a little more angle with it, go down to like 30 degrees. Corey Like, what is the point of different bowling balls if you can send them to any surface? It's a good question, honestly. You can change bowling balls a lot based on their surface. However, the core and cover can always change. That always changes the shape of a bowling ball. So that is the reason you need different balls. Like, even if you completely polish a strong and smooth bowling ball, it's still not going to act like a weak and sharp ball. So to get those different reactions, that's going to be the big one. Rick Too Tough. Motive and Track are my top 2 bowling brands. Well, that's good. Yeah, Track has been doing well lately. Track has been doing well. Adam Miller, don't knock the DNA. I'm sorry, I hate it. I know one of the lefties on my tournament team loves his DNA, and I hate it. I can't throw it. I've tried it over and over, and it just doesn't fit my game. But for him, it works well. Let's see. Chris Vick, got to go to league. Hey, all right, Chris, enjoy, and happy early birthday. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Curb, if you want a radical ball, you should try the Torpedo, not the direct hit. I'm pretty sure it's decent. I haven't seen anything about it. I hate that so much. I see nothing about the Torpedo. I have seen literally nothing. We're going to do the same YouTube check. This is my way to determine. Radical Torpedo. Just the OG. Nope. Direct hit, direct hit. 1, 2, 2. There's literally 2. Oh, no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we're at 7. 8 with Lewis's. 8 total ball reviews of it. I would love to see more. I would love to see comparisons. Not a single person I looked at there had comparisons of the ball, which is sad. So I don't know, honestly. I wish I knew. Would the Zen 25 be similar to the EX? No, not at all. No, there'll be a big difference. The EX is going to hook earlier and be a lot smoother. Gary Buck, I'm thinking the special effect with surface for natties. That could be good. That could be good. I like that. I like that a lot. Jordan, I'm bringing to Nationals Ion Max in Phase 2. Want to keep my Max at box. I'd keep the Phase 2 at like 2,000 grit. Go 2,000 and you'll be good. You'll have a good ball down. Dre Houdini, thoughts on the Ebonite Emerge? It was slept on. Really slept on bowling ball. It was more of a strong, sharp ball, but it was a really good piece, actually. Pretty good piece at the end of the day. Nathan Ward, out of the box, how similar is the Phase 2 and the Sub-Zero? Very different. The Sub-Zero is going to hook way earlier and be a lot smoother. Yofo, is there less miss room for playing straighter than anything accurate to say straighter is great? No, there's more miss room. When you play straighter, you have more area to miss, because if you are playing dead straight and you miss your spot one board to the right, your break point is only going to be off by about a board and a half. If you're playing 20 to 5 and you hit 19, your break point might go over to 3. So there's a big difference between between playing straight and between playing deeper angle. But when you play a deeper angle, you can miss left and there's going to be oil. Or if you miss right, there's going to be hook. When you play straighter, you might not have that. So you might have to be more accurate when playing straighter. Brad Statton, Ron Hicklin, CTD, loved the Turbo X. He did. He's also, I think that's why I think it's going to be a good lefty ball if he loved it there. I don't know if it's going to be good for a lot of righties, but it'll be good for lefties, which is good to keep track of. And that's an important thing to know for you guys, for ball reviewers. Like, who you're listening to always matters. So always know, one, are they a staffer? Are they just trying to sell a ball? That's an important one. And especially, like, I shouldn't say just staffer. Like, Mikey Tang is incredible in ball reviews. D Tang is incredible in ball reviews. So know if they're just saying hot garbage, or if they're actually saying good information, or if they're just saying, like, doing a live comm and saying, whoa, this ball hooked from the 3 board. Like, no one cares about that. We don't know what kind of oil pattern is out. We don't know how you throw it. Like, that doesn't get us anything. What you need to do is remember, look how they throw the ball, look what they're bowling on, look at their ball reviews in the past, and then go from there. Those are the best ways to know. And also watch multiple reviewers, because, like, you can have all of these different ball reviewers who throw it a billion different ways on a billion different things, and they can say different things. So always know that part of it. So, like, Hickland, always keep with a grain of salt, because he is lefty, so he has a different eye for bowling than, say, I do, and I'm a one-handed righty. So very, very different. Also, his lanes are different too than what a lot of people would throw on. Steve, I shot 179, 209 with the Ion Max. Summit was like 180. Hey, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Jordan B, one random video I saw of a guy throwing the AI said, don't wipe oil off between shots. No, whoa, don't do that. For more consistent shots of leaving out of box shiny. I instantly averaged 20 pins more. I'm guessing that was more of a placebo. Please wipe oil off your bowling ball. Please always wipe oil off your bowling ball. It just makes sure that the oil doesn't get absorbed by the cover quicker. So the more you wipe off the ball, the less oil gets absorbed into the ball, and the less the ball will die. I have noticed for myself, I literally wipe my ball off after every shot, no matter what. Maybe I'll go a shot in practice without it, but my pre-shot routine is always wiping the ball off. The ball stays consistent for longer. People who don't wipe it off, the ball dies quicker. So be ready for that. Forrest over on Twitch, what's going on? I see you over there. How you doing? Needy Cool Beans, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome. Let's see. Where are we at? We got a lot. And I see you over on TikTok, Forrest. I fractured my wrist. What did you do, dude? Don't fracture your wrist. That's a bad idea. Terrible idea. Euphemism, can a one-hander give advice to two-handers? Yes, if they know what they're talking about. I think so, absolutely, though, because if you understand the game, one good thing is to understand both two-handed and one-handed, and then, yes, you can give advice. Don Clifton, Ron Hicklin likes every ball. He has kind of gotten that way where even if a ball sucks, he does always say it's good, which is a little unfortunate. Paul Kim, what is a controversial opinion you have about bowling? Oh. What is my controversial opinion about bowling? Bowling does not get deep enough into social media is a big one for me. That's not really controversial. Man, what would be a controversial one? The foul line is stupid. That is my controversial one. Fouls should not happen in bowling. It doesn't give you a competitive advantage to foul. 100%. And there's too many bloody rules. And that is one thing that holds bowling back. Lazy Lion, I might be going to Japan for a vacation. That's awesome. Think I might buy an ABS ball. I honestly have no idea. Lazy, I am not sure. That'd be a cool thing to try, cool thing to check out, but I'm not sure if they're good or not. Let's see. Horst, I have to bowl one-handed. I did it for the first time on Tuesday, 175 and 200. Of course you did. Of course you did well with it. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Where are we at over on TikTok? Let's see. We read that. We did not see Austin's yet. Austin, thoughts on the Typhoon? Typhoon is good. It's very weak, but pretty smooth. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from it. It really reminds me of a slightly weaker OG High Road is what I'm seeing, which is good. So I think that's a good spot to fill for Storm's lineup. Curb, just noticed Brunswick posted Hazmat Pearl. Yeah, so he records his videos before the ball gets announced, and then he tries to be the first one to post about him. So I'm guessing you're going to see a couple other people now start posting about that Hazmat Pearl too. I did see staffers already had the ball yesterday when the ball got announced. So yeah, you'll probably see a little more about it. I will very much assume I can already guess what the review will be. It'll be 10 minutes of playing 20 and getting the ball to 3 and watching it hook. I'm being a jerk tonight, aren't I? Whoopsie. Oh, well. Devin, Rattler NU, Attention Star, Hellcat Accelerate, Strike, Excel, Ion Pro, Good Arsenal. Yeah, actually, I like it a lot. You do cover pretty much everything, and you have that NU just in case. So, yeah, I like what you have, Devin. I like it. Let's see. NG Ethan, what ball from Global would be similar to the Venom Shock in the Phase 2? Sublime Focus will probably be the closest one right now. CJ, what newer or coming out ball is most similar to the Effect Tour? Probably the Origin EX. I think the Origin EX will be the best, is the closest one. Let's see. Where are we at? BB, who's your favorite bowler? Oof. I don't really have one right now. Pro bowlers, I always love watching Andrew Anderson. Mikey Tang is always one of my favorite physical games. Those are probably two of the best like forms to watch, but otherwise I don't really have a favorite bowler per se. I just love watching good bowling, which is odd. I'm a terrible sports fan. Like I don't care about any teams. I usually just care about players. Like I I love watching certain players play their sport. Like I always love watching the greats. Like I love watching LeBron do his thing. I loved watching Tom Brady just pick apart defenses. It was nuts. Who else? Like Shohei, always love to see him just be incredible, but I'm not really a big like team fan. So like bowling's kind of similar where like I love watching the greats do their thing. I love watching EJ just crush everything, but I wouldn't consider him one of my favorite or anything. Let's see. Your favorite is Nick Brown. Ooh, Nick Brown getting a shout out here. SRG BBFS owner, I believe he's the owner of that. If I'm not mistaken. Horst, I'm the greatest one-hander. Yes, you are, Horst. Yes, you are. Maribeth, me. Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. Maribeth Baker. My bad. That is my favorite bowler. I'm so sorry. One-handed gamer, what are your thoughts on the hammer effect? I think it's still a fantastic ball. Still a fantastic bowling ball. Strong and sharp. Really, really strong. Overall, a good piece. Curb, guys, I think ZVL is a Wizards fan. I don't even know who plays on the Wizards right now, bro. I don't know Washington Wizards roster. I don't even know how they did. Jordan Poole plays for them? I didn't know that. Marcus Smart is still in the league? Huh. Chris Middleton is with that? That is a ragtag group of players. Wow, that's wild. That's awesome. Big Mike Basil, is the Origin EX comparable to a Rockstar or stronger but under an Ion? I'd say it's a little stronger. It's a little stronger than an Ion. Dawn, I wipe my ball off after each shot and I spray them down after each session. Does the oil that gets absorbed dissipate, evaporate, or stay in the cover? It always stays in the cover. However, you have less getting absorbed if you wipe your ball off after every shot, is what I see. Brad Statton, I love how even Chris Vi stays. He never shows emotion. He doesn't. If he shows emotion, you know something big happened. So I know that it's so crazy seeing some people love players that show no emotion. Other people love seeing just a ton of emotion. I'm a big like watching emotion guy. I love seeing the emotion come out because I think it's fun to watch. But a lot of people love the even keel. Love the even keel guys. All right, CJ Owner, I value your ball reviews. What newer or coming out ball is most similar to? Oh yeah, we hit that. My bad. Curb, guys. ZVL wants to bring back soft urethanes and have people walking halfway down the lane to bowl. I never said anything about soft urethane. No, that would probably be my controversial opinion. Oh man, this is gonna get me canceled in bowling, probably. Oh well. I don't think urethanes should really be a thing. Urethanes are a little too powerful. I'm a guy who plays video games. I see things as overpowered and underpowered. Urethanes are a little overpowered right now. I will not be the most upset person in the world if they ever get banned. Like when the old purples got banned, I wasn't really that upset. So I wouldn't care. I'm fine and I'm okay. This is a guy who's okay with urethane. I'm not great, but I'm okay with it. I have it as a tool, of course, but if it goes away, like, oh well, not a biggie. For me, a lot of people would be a bigger deal. Curb, my friend got a Widow 2.0 hybrid from my other friend from a two-handed lefty. Ooh, you're going to have to redo that. We're going to have to re-drill that boy. Needy, Mitch Hoope for that. Oh, Hoope's release is gorgeous. In person, it's even more beautiful. In person, his release is immaculate. That thing is absurd. Curb, I think ZVL is a Wizards fan. Yeah. We need another Chris Ball or have Mookie Betts do something. I would love to see Mookie in there more, but I mean, he's one of the best baseball players in the world and he has to spend so much time on that. I get why he can't do bowling, but it'd be nice. It'd be really nice if he could in the off season. Don, don't be the reason they nerf Thane. Why not? Why not? Sean Rash isn't going to anymore. He already made money on his integrity shirts. So somebody has to. No, it's not going to be me. Angel, do you think the S2 is better for one-handers or two-handers? I mean, both, honestly. It can work for anybody. There aren't really many like specific one-hand or two-hand bowling balls at all. Like there's balls that can be better or worse for one-hand or two-handers, but really it's good for both. Mason, how is the Criterion hybrid compared to the Origin and which one is better? The hybrid is going to be the Criterion is going to be later, but a heck of a lot sharper. The Origin is going to be both earlier and smoother. Which one is better? I wouldn't say which is better. I think the Origin is better for sport shots. The Criterion hybrid could wreck a house shot, absolutely smoke a house shot. Curb, if urethane got completely banned, Packy might lose PBA status. Oh God, that's mean. That's cruel. Rev dude over here. Hyperdrive, Outer Limits, Pearl, Lethal Venom, Arctic Vibe, and a T-Zone. Hyperdrive, Outer Limits, Pearl, Lethal, Arctic. I like it. I like it. You don't have any shiny balls outside of the Outer Limits, so you might need a weaker shiny ball, but otherwise looks good. Elijah, what might be a good replacement for an Optimum Pearl? My idol is starting to crack around the fingers, but I love that ball and I use it a ton. Buy another idol Pearl. They'll still be made. I don't know if it'll be discontinued soon. I doubt it, but maybe. It is getting a little bit old at this point. So I would just buy another idol Pearl. If you want something different, the Zen 25 is probably the closest bet. Paul Kim, been watching Belmo both old and recent. His form, technique, ball motion, everything star-wise seems just as they were during his prime. Why he's winning right now is odd. So the hard thing with bowling, right? It's so like you get to a step ladder and it's so touchy. You can lose just on a bad hit because it's one game of bowling. And like at that level, anybody can beat anybody in a game of bowling, like one single match. So it's so difficult. Like this is the first year you saw Belmo actually lose on TV a lot, which is weird. Usually he's crushing people on TV. He's like another level and he's just crushing them. And people usually usually don't do well against him in some ways. This year people popped off against him. I think there's a lot more like confidence on tour right now where people are like, I can beat the best. He's beatable. And then they actually go into the match shooting high scores. You notice that a lot. Like I saw a stat with the Lakers, the LA Lakers this year, a little bit of a basketball to bowling reference, but players like the opponent's starting 5 players against the Lakers played more than they did against any other team. So people sat their starters less against the Lakers than against any other team. And that's kind of how Belmo is right now, where he is seen as the best. So a lot of people go a little bit harder against him than they do against other players because he has been the best for so long. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons. It's really, I mean, he's still up there. He made a lot of shows and he got snubbed out of a lot of shows this year. The thing the PBA did this year, they had a lot more head-to-head competition to make the TV shows. The first half of the season was literally make the cut, then go head-to-head. I mean, Belmo is still up there in points. I think he's top 5 points of the year right now. PBA points 2025. Let's see if there's something easy here. EJ Tackett's leading, Anthony Simo, and then Bell. Oh, that's from 24 and 25. Whoopsie, that doesn't count. But I can't really see. But I think he's still way up there. Don, I love it when someone tells us that the pitch black is banned in our house, like we're bowling a PBA major. Yeah, you guys are bowling the Tournament of Champions in your league. Ken, Robert Smith is throwing the Hammerhead and the Hazmat Pearl on his YouTube live. Ooh, I'll have to check that out after this. I'll have to watch it a little. Mason, if I'm speed dominant, should I get an Origin or Harsh Pearl? I think Origin. I think Origin will be a little better. Slap out, he's still one of the best on tour. Oh, 100%. 100%. Absolutely. Jordan, EJ has more points in second and third combined. Oh, EJ is, yeah, he did something this year where he's just on a different level than everyone, which is wild. Ty's bowling opinion on vacuum grips. I think it's a good thing to try. I don't know if they're better or worse, but if you have a lot of finger issues, I'd try vacuums. They're cool. They're a little tougher because you can't just, I mean, they're a little more maintenance, which is tough. It's a little more annoying to drill. It takes a little extra time, like 30 seconds, but it's still extra time, which isn't great. What did, do you use, oh yeah, you use vacuums. Maribeth said vacuums OP. Vacuums are good. Vacuums are good. Slap out. How do you feel about the PBA switching from Fox to CW? I'm honestly a fan of it. I am, and not kidding, not paid, not a shill or anything. I'm actually a fan of the PBA moving to the CW because 1, the CW is a growing network. 2 is it's available to everybody. You do not need subscriptions. You do not need cable. You do not need anything. You just need internet service. You can watch it on their website for free, live for free. You can watch live on their app for free, and you can watch it on a TV that doesn't actually have cable. Like if you just pop a satellite or an antenna on your TV, you can watch the CW. It's one of the few networks in the US that you can watch without actually paying for cable. So I think just the accessibility of it is top tier. I think that's amazing. Now, will it get as many views? No, Fox is still massive. CW isn't as big. CW is big, but not as big. So I'm really hoping that it's good. Ken starts in 15 minutes. Robert said thank you and he'll follow. Oh, nice. Sweet. That's awesome. Love that. We love that, Robert Smith. He did really well at, God, what did he do well at? Was he at the TOC and he was bowling pretty well? I think that's what it was. I thought I remember seeing him there. Curb loves vacuums. Yeah, a lot of people who use vacuums love them. I do see Sealance. Can I access CW from Europe? That is the biggest negative I'm noticing, is that it is US locked. It is geo locked. So the way to get around that, unfortunately, for overseas viewers is a VPN. You're going to need a VPN to watch it, which is very disappointing. That is my biggest gripe that I didn't know before I made my video today. But after doing even more research, I realized CW is not available for international people. So that is the biggest issue. TOC, second round, not so good. Oh, that's what it was. I think he popped off in the first round a little bit. That must have been it. But that's awesome still to be able to compete. That's great. Because that event was weird. That TOC was odd, it seemed like. Paul Kim, how's your two-handed game? Not good. Not bad, but not good. Balrog, does the new Typhoon take the spot of the Ruby? Kind of, yeah. It fits in the same zone. Not quite the same exact spot, but similar zone. All right, we're going to do one final round of questions, and then we're going to call it a night because I've been going for, oh, wow, it's 8:20. This is the longest stream we've had yet. All right, sweet. I lost track of time. Curb, ZVL VPN sponsor scam. Yeah, this stream is sponsored by NordVPN. No, it's not. It's not. We do not know NordVPN, nor do we associate with NordVPN unless they want to give us stuff. Then I'm in. Then I am in. Angel, my arsenal is Attention Star, S2, Optimum Idol, and Spare. What's next? I'd get a weaker shiny ball, like a Road Warrior would fit really well. All right. Don, what PBA sponsors would you like to see? Dude Wipes, Beatbox, and Pilgrims were okay, but not exciting. I wish they would get someone big. I think a beer company would be cool, but beer companies don't do much for sponsorships anymore. I know they are doing as much as they can for sponsors, but it's kind of tough right now with being on TV. A lot of sponsors are going to internet stuff, so I'm hoping to see some bigger dogs. I know they had Snickers for a minute as a smaller one. I know they had a couple other ones, but yeah, I'm really hoping for something better. I'm hoping for a big dog. I'm really hoping for some big, noticeable company to drop some money on the PBA. I think that'd be really cool. Gandhi missed today. Oh, all good, Gandhi. Don't worry. I know it's super early for you when these run. Bowling Brian, what's going on? Late join this week. All good. Jordan, you don't like Beatbox? I actually am okay with all the little sponsorships. That's what makes things operate. Like, if you would see some of the really dumb sponsorships that professional sports teams have, you'd be baffled. Like, here we go. Let's go Minnesota guy. So Minnesota Twins sponsors. Thrivent, CHS, Winnebago Industries. Let's see. Sports partnerships. We have, oh no, not that. Minnesota Twins, MNVLs, for Minnesota Varsity League, baseball. Interesting. There are some wild ones. Like if you look, Stadium, Home Depot, autotrader.com. Like there are some wild ones that people do. John's Crazy Socks is the best. I love John's Crazy Socks. I think that's cool to have there. Pepsi. Oh yes, Pepsi, please. I'm in. I'm a lefty and just picked up the Harsh Pearl. Hey, love that, Don. Yeah, for Foggy especially, if you recommend pearls. I think something strong like that is a good play. Derek Vanish, time flies when you're the fastest growing YouTuber. Yeah, it does. I'm gonna ride that train until we're not anymore. I have a tracker on YouTube that one of my a way that I'm able to check like analytics and stuff gives me where it's like checking my niche. So checking the bowling industry to see how fast people are growing, total subs, things like that. We're still there. We're still #1. So we're still flying, which is awesome. And all until like Ryan Barnes starts posting again or like Andrew Anderson. Then they're probably going to pop off. Let's see. What's the best high-end medium shiny ball? Zen 25, Mason. Definitely Zen 25. Hey, let's go Minnesota Sports. While practicing yesterday, guy in the lane next to me was throwing the Typhoon. Looked great for him. Ooh, that's good to hear. Don, Lumber Liquidators and Geico were pretty big. Yeah, Geico was a big one. And Bowling Brian, got to be bowling in Sport Shot League this summer. 7 week long, 7 week short. Ooh, urethane for the short, big strong balls for the long. Play inside for the long, play by the gutter for the short. Brooke, my Maribeth jersey should get here about a month so I can wear it at Junior Gold. Hey, that's awesome. You might see us there. You never know. You might. That is awesome to see. Love to hear that. Mason, how's Theorem Pearl compared to Zen 25? A little similar. The Theorem Pearl is going to be a little later and a little sharper than the Zen 25. That is where I see it. But I think with that, I'm going to probably be losing my voice. I am going to be calling it a night. We hopefully we see you there. Absolutely, Maribeth. All right. Otherwise, that is going to be it for tonight for the stream. Make sure to drop a follow or a subscription before you leave. It helped me out a ton. It's the best way to it's the absolute best way to support the channel, and it's completely free. If you want to support the channel in other ways, we do have ZVL Bowling Shammies that are on the DH Lab website. Brand new ones. We're down to about 45 left. So we have about 45 of this colorway left, and then they're gone forever. So we're switching our colorways every now and then. Our first colorways were pink and purple. Now we're on to green and blue. So if we get through these, we'll probably have some more, and then we might rotate the colors back. But if you would like a chamois SHAMMY. They're only about $24 after shipping. Would really appreciate it. Otherwise, that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you all so much for the fantastic night of chatting and conversing. Really appreciate it. TikTok, I'm going to say goodbye to you first. TikTok, it was lovely to see you today. You all look beautiful today on TikTok. I will see you all later. Bye-bye. And then over on YouTube, thank you guys all so much for YouTube. You guys actually look better tonight. Don't take what I said to TikTok. Like, you guys look just that little bit better tonight. Thank you all for the massive support over on YouTube today. I think we hit an absurd amount of concurrent viewers as per usual. So thank you all so much. We're making this one of the biggest, one of the largest bowling streams on the internet. So huge thank you to everybody out there for helping out with that. But with that, we're going to call it a night. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out. I will not be live next Wednesday. I will be at Nationals. I will be at the USBC Open Championships. So unfortunately, I will not be live next Wednesday, May 6th, I believe. May 7th? May 7th. I will not be live on May 7th. We'll be back on May 14th, unfortunately. So we will be back then. We will have videos posting all of next week, but we will not be live. We will be down in Baton Rouge. So if you're in Baton Rouge or at Nationals, come say hi to me. I'll be at the bowling center Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of that week. Really appreciate it. That is a way. I will have a couple SHAMMIES on me for you to buy. I'll have like 5 to 6 to sell. So if you want one there and you see me, come do that. Otherwise, you can watch us bowl. I'll be able to check you out bowling too if you want. Otherwise, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for hanging out today. I will see you in 2 weeks on May 14th. See you all later. Bye-bye.